Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Did y'all hear the roar of the crowd? What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I'm back for another Bondi Blue show. We are having a Ooh Ladies First panel this week. It will be on my channel. I have set the recording, girl. You can go ahead and hit that save, notify, whatever it tell you, so you'll know when we go live. So you don't have to be in the chat, because y'all know we be late because we be back there talking and shit. That's my girls, bro. Okay? When we don't talk for a week, girl, I be missing them. Okay? Y'all, before we get into the show, and I have a really good show for y'all today, but I am going to issue a trigger warning at some point. Okay? Because the topic of conversation is going to get a little deep. And it always does, but this one is something that even I like to stray away from, but I want to talk about it because y'all know how I feel about like opening people's minds so that we can better protect each other and so that we can all live in a safe community. I know that we will never be in a completely safe community, but the more people that are aware, the lights can come on inside your head. You can become aware of the things that are happening around you. You can stop being a proverbial zombie, okay? And not allow for messed up shit to happen in your vicinity. We ain't asking you to be responsible for the world, but you could be responsible for your vicinity, okay? So the topics today, Brian Mcknight, some other fucked up parental relationships. But Miss Shirley, you guys, the little baby that dances, we're gonna get into that because that sent me down a rabbit hole to finding another woman's TikTok page. And when I tell y'all, I am like, it made me feel totally different about something that I, had previously thought, oh, I feel totally different now. Okay. DDG, Cam Newton, Smokey Robinson. Okay. And then we're going to end with Offset and Cardi B in order to kind of lighten it up once we go through the things. But that's what I got for y'all. That's what I got for y'all today. Okay. So everybody strap in your seatbelts. I'm about to take you on a ride. God damn it. But before I do that, I want to start off by reminding you guys about Reset by Design Wellness and how we have a number of trips coming up. And yesterday I just signed me and Lyric up for the Riviera Maya couples retreat that we will be going on next year in April. There's a Tulum retreat that's happening, a Emeritus retreat. I'm going to be at these retreats, people. I can't wait. I can't wait. I love the fact that I am going places that I've never been to before, girl. I love it. I love it. I love that I don't have to do any of the thinking. I love that I can just go and trust that Ty is going to put together something beautiful. And this will now be our third trip to Bali. And so all of these upcoming trips are going to be trip number 4, trip number 5. So like it gets better and better every time. I just want y'all to know that it gets better and better every time. We always leave. Leave with, more than we came with. I definitely feel like for me, it's become like a benchmark for me to see how I've changed, how I've grown as a person by the time I get to the next trip, So I'm so excited that the girls are excited. We're all getting ready for our trip to Bali, this July trip. I know there are going to be some new people. We sold that trip out. We want to continue to sell these trips out, girl. All right. We appreciate y'all for supporting and all of the future Reset by Design Wellness people. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying that y'all love it when y'all come. Okay. So let's move into the show. I want to start here. I want to start with Amanda Seales because Amanda Seales, like a lot of other brilliant Black women, at some point they will make mistakes. They'll be a person, they'll be infallible in some way. And the community will then decide to throw them away. But these women will always, I feel like, maybe not always, but in recent times, I love to find the woman that tried to tell everybody and then went into seclusion and had the most amazing, personal experience while still standing true to her feelings and her integrity about life and about the way things are versus how people are lied to. You know what I'm saying? And so Amanda makes me feel like that, especially whenever I see Amanda at her house. You know what I'm saying? No bra on. I'm like, yes, Amanda, please be somewhere in a treehouse, living a beautifully happy, comfortable island-like life. And then just getting on your phone, seeing the atrocities across the world and speaking up because you know better. But still having this very fulfilling, beautiful, personal existence. I love that. And that's what it feels like she gives me, right? So I just want to start off with a message from Amanda before we get into the rest of the show. And really, this is just to copy off of what we were talking about yesterday, in case you missed the live yesterday. Oh, shout out to the members only people, because we had a good time going through that atrocity of Reginald and Kelly Steele's marriage. Girl, the way they tried to make it seem like, oh, we only had issues early on. This is when we were 21. This is when we were 22, bitch. Okay, when did you step down from the church? When did he repurpose you in the church, bitch? What year was that? Yes, y'all. Members only was real good. We got into it. Adrian Booker, thank you for the super chat, boo. I did see Tiana Taylor's new video. It was amazing, and I cannot wait to see the rest. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into the thing.
People, our Black bodies, are incredibly powerful. We know that because they are the source of life throughout this entire globe. So the colonization of the Black mind is a incredibly powerful feat that will lead to the demise of others. So it is imperative to you to also set forth in how you can prevent the decolonization of the Black American mind. Remember, these Black Americans that are here, many of us are the descendants of the 10% that survived the internet. The Black people, our Black bodies,
The slave trade.
are incredibly powerful. The slave trade. Those were the strongest bodies. Those were the strongest bodies. That's what's in our DNA. And they are colonizing our minds at this point at a level that has never been seen before.
What did I tell y'all? What did I say yesterday about being a kid growing up in the 90s and hearing how Black people are not on code when it comes to Black shit? And I'm not talking about Diddy and all of that. I'm talking about like Trump, like political stuff, shit that really matter. Y'all have always protected problematic Black men in the community. But the political standpoint, like, girl.
So it is imperative that those of us who see, speak up.
Hello.
Write on, and continue to create, continue to disrupt. And it is imperative that all of you all who do not identify as Black understand. You need to understand that the most powerful thing that they're doing right now is colonizing the Black American mind. You may think that that's not it, but it is.
It is.
The most powerful thing they're doing is decolonizing the most powerful body on this planet. Yes. If the world loses Black people, the world loses humanity. I believe that in my soul and my bones. We are the soil. The slave trade.
Okay. So I say all that to start off this with just, like the opening up of the mind and to recognize how often you don't realize you are being colonized for your own demise. Okay. And we just trying to undo some of that, girl. We just trying to unwrap some of that. That's all. That's all. That's it. Okay. We just came to enlighten, and that's it. Let's go ahead and move on into the show, y'all. Okay. Shout out to Amanda Seales for being an old lady sitting under a tree. Okay. Listen, shout out to being an old lady under the tree. The one that has real sense, not the one that's going to tell you to stay with a man that ain't shit. So, Brian Mcknight's eldest son, y'all know he was battling cancer. He passed away recently. And the only way we really found that out is because Brian Mcknight's brother got on the internet and did a long, drawn out speech about it, saying how hurt he was about unresolved things. And then Brian came to the internet with this. And the psychology behind Brian Mcknight putting this beautiful beach scenario as the video as he talks, it reminds me of the vibe that he created back in the 90s before we knew him. Like he has such a mellow moods, you know what I'm saying? Like a, you know what I mean? Like blue tones, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a subset of black and R, well, not just black, but R&B music period during the late 90s. Like basically your Brian McKnights, your Shantae Moores, even when J-Lo first came out, that first track, that if you had my love and I gave you all my trust, that shit right there, that was the pop version of, to me, that kind of cool, soothing R&B type shit that Brian McKnight and them were on. Like they used to call it what, the mellow moods back in the day. Okay. But it had like for instance, how the Shantae Moore Way You song from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack sound like. Like that's the, you know what I mean? Like just beautiful black music, but with like a nature landscape. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Brian McKnight used to make me feel like that about his music back in the day. Did I ever cross your mind? Yes, Quiet Storm. Thank you. Anytime. Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? Listen. Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. I miss you. That was the shit. I miss you. Oh no. Loneliness and heartache. Oh no. Crying myself to sleep. Would you come back to me? Come back to me. Oh, I hate you niggas. Y'all make such good music and be such terrible people.
Big thanks to Claude Mcknight's tasteless and self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion, he inserted himself and used Nico's death as an opportunity instead of letting him pass with respect and dignity. It has instead turned into a circus, a mockery of a life now lost, making this tragedy into a reality show type drama. While that was unfolding, my family and I flew home to Maui and had a private memorial remembering him and all the good times. The last time he and I...
You mean the son that you said wasn't really your son? You and your other family? Nigga, you ain't shit. At the end of the day, when he said his brother was like self-aggrandizing and all of that shit, I'm not gonna lie. I low-key agree with him because it's always weird to me when people come to social media to like talk about some shit that they really didn't have to bring to social media. Like, you could have said something a long time ago.
Spoke. We offered him all the help we could provide. We had the #1 oncologist on deck for him and a team of specialists on standby with private care in our home. He and his mother declined.
Because he didn't want to live with you. Why does your help come with control? Why does your help have to come with control? That's why nobody wanted your help, because it came with strings attached, Brian.
The door of communication was open and remained open until his death. To the self-proclaimed mama bear, may God have mercy on your soul for not allowing him to accept that help and not allowing him to...
What do you mean not allowing him to accept that help? He's a grown man that made a decision for his damn self. And somehow you want to mama bear. Yeah, nigga, mama bear. Because who was with them kids while you was out in the world? Who was still emotionally supporting those kids when you decided they weren't yours anymore? Boy, bye.
Use that line of communication. Big thanks to Claude Mcknight's tasteless... There is great comfort in knowing God knows the truth and the totality of the whole story. I am truly thankful for the...
To me, this picture of Hennessy, like, it really lets us know how bottom of the basement you really are while pretending to be better. Not to shit on Hennessy, don't get me wrong, liquor is liquor. But I do feel like certain liquors have a certain mentality attached to them.
The immense peace God has given me, and I've left everything in his hands. I have a clear conscience. The only judgment that matters
You're a sociopath. Of course you do.
is God's. My wife, our children, and I are eternally thankful to Almighty God that the suffering has come to an end and grateful for all of your condolences. Thanks to those of you who have known the truth from the beginning and haven't let untruths, half-truths, or slander prejudice your opinion.
Our opinion has been prejudiced by your actions, by the way you acted, the things that you did. Oh, I can't stand when people be a piece of shit and then end with a Bible verse, girl. Oh, Lord.
So all day, I said to myself I wasn't going to post about this. And as the day wore on, I realized that how could I not post about this? This morning, I found out that my nephew, Nico Mcknight, passed away. He'd been bravely battling cancer for the last 2 years or so. And I have a lot of feelings right now. I'm not going off a script or anything like that. I'm just going to be raw with how I'm feeling. Nico was one of those amazing kids who was quirky and curious and ridiculously talented. Amazing singer, an amazing guitar player, had a great eye, was a photographer. And just one of those kids that, at least in my estimation, was somebody you always wanted to be around. And so it really sucks that he's no longer with us. So all day.
Okay. I don't know what else the man said besides this, but to me, that was sweeter than what Brian said about his son. I low-key don't even have an issue with what this man just said. Like, Brian, are you okay? He's not okay, y'all. He's not okay. Niggas that are not okay. We're talking about bad parents today on the Bondi Blue Show, okay? Let's move on because there are more stories of bad parenting. Okay, we're moving and we're sliding and we're moving because we're trying to find the story, girl. Like the video as you come in. Don't forget to like the video. Let the algorithm know that you in with me. Okay, hold up. Let me see.
So all day.
Okay, I feel like that's the same clip. Okay. All right. Y'all make sure y'all like the video up, like the video up, like the video. Here we go. So Dr. Umar's daughter, Nisa, says fame got her hiding from DoorDash. Being famous is a burnout. There go my girl Yanni at the top. Okay, so delusional. Got it. All right, y'all. Can we talk for a second? Can we talk for a second? Because people do be delusional, right? People do be delusional. I'm not going to front on y'all. All right? But I also feel like, are we going to act like people don't do the most behind anybody that they've seen on social media? Y'all make the weirdest people famous. And what famous really means is a lot of people that I don't know now can recognize me. And so whenever I go somewhere, I do something, I got to be confronted with people who know me that I don't know. Famous is the only way that most people know how to characterize that. And I do feel like people make the weirdest motherfuckers, the most mundane people famous every day, B. So let's not act like her getting on social media and, murdering the image of y'all's fake ass prophet, Umar Johnson, did not give her a certain amount of notoriety. That's the right word. The right word is notoriety. But y'all know people don't be having full vocabulary for these words. Famous is easier to say. Okay? But at the end of the day, y'all, you can say popular, but popular is not a good enough because a bitch could be popular as a normal person. Like, I was popular in high school. People knowing you that's dropping food off to your house is not the same thing as popular. Like, it's a little different. It's a little different. Okay? But I do feel like everybody always wants to, roll their eyes at somebody because people do get too hung up over the attention that they get. But I don't feel like that's what she's saying here. She's saying being famous is a burnout, meaning just people knowing me like on this level is a burnout to me. I'm not actually feeling like I'm famous for singing or some shit. But buku people now know me that I don't know, and it's exhausting. That's the well. Then everybody that's famous is popular as well. Like it's just it's we're arguing over semantics is the point. Like it's semantics, y'all. I think y'all are feeling like her saying famous adds a certain level of what snootiness or her thinking that she's higher than she really is. Is that the idea? What does that mean? What does that mean? This notoriety, known, visible, public figure, famous, whatever. Like all the words is semantics. It's all the words are the same. Once somebody can just recognize you on the street, it's a different life than before. She's just saying that it's burning her out. She misses her anonymity. A lot of people that become well known for whatever reason miss the times where they didn't have to deal with people all the time, recognizing them for whatever reason, y'all. Dr. Umar isn't even famous. He's just crazy. Listen, you can be famous and unpopular. This is true. This is true. But I also feel like if you are famous, at some point, you were popular. You may not be popular anymore, but at some point, you had to be popular in order to have fame. Popularity implies a positive connotation. Notoriety does not imply the same. Binding description is more accurate. Thank you, Seducing Scheme. I think notoriety, I feel like notoriety is a better word than popular. Because again, like you said, it has a positive connotation. Notoriety is a better word. People have notoriety. They don't have fame. Fame implies talent, right? I understand that, y'all. But I also feel like most people on the internet don't have the vocabulary. So they're going to say words and y'all are going to derive meaning that's going to make y'all roll y'all eyes to her just saying, I'm tired of y'all knowing who I am. Like she said, I can't even go outside and get my food from DoorDash and show face because my address will be plastered everywhere, y'all. Being famous is burnout. I gotta wait till they leave. Like, oh my God. Yo. When listen, I do that too. I wait till they leave too, because I have been noticed a couple of times. And I just trust that, the people that have noticed me don't mean me any harm. So they're not gonna put my address all over the place. But y'all remember that people was trying to fight that girl in the street? You don't want your address plastered everywhere for being Dr. Umar's daughter that went off on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't want that. So I feel like what she's saying is feeling unsafe and everybody's acting like she's wilding or putting 20 on 10. She sounds paranoid. Is she? Is she paranoid or did people try to fight her? I saw a video of people trying to fight her. Listen, no shade for real, but if you out here chasing Dr. Umar's daughter, you need priorities real. Of course you do. Of course you do. But are y'all gonna act like most people are not weirdos now that do weird ass shit and say it was a prank? Or are we gonna act like that doesn't happen? Do y'all really feel like there aren't weird ass niggas or women that might see that girl, recognize her, and want to like do something to her or say some weird shit to her because of how they feel about her dad? Y'all don't think that? Y'all don't think that? Y'all, that happens. That happens. Yeah, y'all. There we go. Justifiably paranoid. But no, I don't even want to call it paranoid because I feel like that makes it seem as if there's nothing really for her to fear. Like, there's absolutely shit for her to be worried about, especially if nobody even knew who she was before, and now she can't even pick her food up, and people posting her address places. Like, y'all, that's not cool. Yes, this is the child support daughter. Yes, this is the daughter that blasted Dr. Umar for not paying child support and not being in her life. And how are you uplifting the Black community when you're not even supporting your own Black daughter? And I've been told y'all that because all he does is complain about child support. And he still doesn't understand. And I feel like a man that is smart should, and I mean really smart, not you think you're smart, like actually smart. Because a lot of y'all are anti-intellectuals and you think that makes you smart because you're smart enough not to believe the fake smart people. Like, shut up. Y'all are dumb. You know what I mean? Like, people, I feel like y'all are underestimating. How crazy everybody on the internet is. And I think it's because y'all are regular people that get in the comments and y'all say y'all comment. Y'all might argue back and forth with some randoms every now and again, but you really don't experience the level of trolling that happens to people who are visible, who are known. Yeah, it's giving motherfuckers just want to be contrarian a little bit. But I feel like, you know, I hope the girl goes back to having her anonymity. Because the fuck? And what if they feel like pulling their phone out? Like, what if she got her hair all fucked up and I don't feel like being recorded right now? And y'all just pull y'all phone out because y'all saw it was me. And now you want to record me and shit. Like, no, y'all. People should be able to like live their lives sometimes without the internet catching wind of every little thing they do. And I think a lot of us assume because people aren't famous for a real reason, that means that there aren't crazy people or a lot of ignorant, stupid people that are willing to do shit for clout, meaning for attention on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's not us. It's not us, but y'all can't like forget that there's a version of people out there that are not us. Okay? And shit in general, yes. I think people absolutely, you need to fear strangers, period. Like the fuck? I feel like y'all might as well call me that too, because I definitely peep the energy of people that know who I am when I step into a room, but they don't like me, so they don't want to acknowledge me. You think I don't notice that shit? I notice it. I don't give a fuck. But my head is always on a swivel.
Start this off by showing my gratitude towards my family. The amount of patience and grace that they have all shown me, especially during times where I did not deserve it, is appreciated more than I can ever express in words. Making those videos a year ago was a betrayal against our family, and I have to take full accountability for it.
So Monique's son, y'all remember a while back, Monique's son got on the internet and said how, you know, how he ain't talk to her no more. And it kind of added to the overall narrative about Monique that she an ain't shit ass person, letting that ain't shit ass man rule her. Like on some level, she's her character from Precious. Maybe not as bad, but a little bit. Okay. So he came out now to correct that. But I want to say that didn't his mom make him a joke first? I feel like Monique made him a part of her jokes and then he came out and said something about it. And I don't feel like you should be apologizing for telling your side of the story when she didn't already came out and used you as a punchline. The fuck?
Why I made the videos and how I was feeling at the time when I made them is irrelevant. I made them and I shouldn't have, period. My family did not deserve the backlash that they received from what I said.
Okay.
Having a life's resume with your family as the one in the family who simply just can't get right, and then finally doing what you're supposed to be doing, didn't give me the right to feel self-righteous when I felt like they didn't notice. My mother and Sydney were very justified to address my mental health condition at the time. I just simply didn't like it. Taking accountability can be hard if I allow it to be. Bottom line, I was wrong, and I shouldn't have said any of what I said. I should have just kept my mouth shut and called my mother. Having that family discussion was hard.
Now, that right there, that is true, y'all. That is absolutely true. That if you are not trying to give into the frenzy, then the mature thing would be not to do tit for tat. You said something, so I said something. The more correct thing to protect yourself would have been to just go and have a conversation with her privately. But something tells me that the other side of that might have been her not being receptive to whatever you were saying. And it wasn't until the public was brought into the situation that you could actually be heard. That's also what I have to wonder. So I'm on both sides of the situation, the feeling like, yes, on some level I do. Like in real life, nobody wants their personal family business on the internet for public fodder, because people will attack you and attack your parent or attack whoever you're talking about. And that was not the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I would feel defensive. You know what I'm saying? If somebody said something about my mom, like I could say what my experience was is my life, but I also feel still protective in a way that, hold up, y'all doing too much. So I feel like there might have been something to that.
Hard. And it felt like I spiritually got jumped, but at the end of the ass whooping, my family did pick me up and give me a hug. The love my mother has for her family and the way that she loves life is a testament to her husband. It's a very humbling experience when your little brothers have a valid reason to want to punch their older brother in the face.
Okay, y'all, can I listen? I just want to expand just a little bit because I saw a comment. Sounds like I want my inheritance. Maybe if there's an inheritance to get, maybe, yeah, absolutely. If it's just a house, my nigga, you know what I mean? But what I will say is, I think it's more than that. I think he wants her validation. Y'all got to stop making shit about money in a way that it takes all of the personal out of it. Because I feel like we do that a lot. Like, act like money means that people don't also want emotional validation from people. Like, yeah, I of course I want to have a comfortable life. Everybody does. But you also want emotional validation from your mother.
But it was my brothers who had the idea for us to have the conversation in person, which would prevent me from running from it. And even after they heard all the shit I put our mother through, they still gave me a hug, told me they love me, and then we laughed for the rest of the weekend. Who they are as men and who they are becoming as men is also a testament to the caliber of man Sydney is and has always been since I've known him. My mother wakes up every day with a smile on her face and nothing but joy to give.
That right there, I feel like, I don't know whether he wrote this or this is shit that they've said to him and he's implemented into his speech. But what I will say is that what I feel is that the boy wants his mother's love. And it feels like if I have to rearrange in order to be cool with this nigga, then I'll be cool with this nigga so that I can have this relationship with my little brothers and I can have this relationship with my mom. It's lonely out here, y'all. It's lonely out here. And people tend to love the people that extend themselves in any type of way, especially if it's their family. So I feel like it's not completely fake, y'all. I feel where y'all coming from. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm very much in my Gemini Libra shit right now, where I'm seeing how this can go either way, right? But what I really feel like is somebody that wants to have the relationship. Because I think a lot of times as young people, we be angry at our parents for whatever their missteps were. And when it feels like your parent is not taking accountability, it's hard to forgive them. But if there can be a moment that forces this confrontation that will eventually get y'all to understanding each other more, or for Monique in this version of herself to be able to come to her son and say, you know what, baby, you were right about certain things and I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know that bothered you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was the conversation that they had, I could understand him coming to us now with this statement so that he can show his mother some reverence and love and repair what he helped fuck up. Because to be clear, him getting on the internet added to people feeling like Monique is a bad person. When you really look at it, Monique be telling y'all the truth all the time about how people are always just trying to take advantage of her. And when she says this shit, you know, everybody acts like she's the bad guy. Oh, she's woe is me, woe is me. At the end of the day, pointing out people being bullshitty is exhausting, because people start to be mad at you because you're not letting, you know, the comfortableness of everybody being bullshitty take place. Like, it's something I feel every day in my life sometimes. Like, it's like, this person is being full of shit. Am I gonna have to just sit here and allow them to be full of shit, or am I gonna say something? And you pick your battle. But I think when it comes to Monique, it be shit like her saying something about Tyler Perry. I understand why y'all would feel like, oh my God, bitch, it's exhausting. When you gonna let it go? But when this nigga gonna stop being full of shit is also a real question. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna get up there and talk about how, oh, you care, while you still doing fucked up shit behind the scenes? Like, the unfairness of getting mad at the person that points out the inconsistencies. But at the same time, You can also see how Monique got her bullshit with her because it's reflected in that relationship with Sydney where she acts like, you know, he's the best thing since sliced bread and he is a man just like you are a woman, and the way you praise him is unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't believe it's her son's responsibility to clean up her image. I don't feel that way, but I also feel like he can clean up the mess that he helped create though. And if he wants to come to us now and say things are better, or to say like, you know, I'm good with my mom right now and I just want to come out and say I was speaking from a place of anger and I can correct some of this shit, then I'm okay with that too, because he was still an adult male that got on the internet and helped people hate his mom. And our perspective of Monique may not be the same, correct, whatever, but he knows who she is for real. So I do feel like on some part, man, fuck an image. It's not real anyway. Yeah, no, it's not about the image. Like, to me, it's not about the image, but it is about, so for instance, if everybody attacking your mama over some bullshit and you add to it because you mad at her about some personal shit, and now she being attacked by all of these other people because of some shit you said. Now they adding in what you said. Now they actually not even saying what you said. They saying some other shit. Now you've given them ammunition to attack your mom in a way that's not accurate. That's still on him to some extent. And I do feel like he could have came out and corrected it and it didn't have to feel like he was being coerced into it. Because he does feel as if he's being coerced into this.
And I take full accountability once again for taking that relationship away from my children. Now, watching her take pride in making my son's baby food from scratch, to baking chickpea chocolate chip cookies with my daughter, to being with me the first time my son went underwater in the pool, makes me so happy to have been so wrong before. Life does have a way of showing up for you, even when you don't want it to. Making the decision to go no contact with my family hurt me more than I could have ever imagined, which in turn trickled down to me not being the best man, father, and future husband that I could be for my family. For those that use my words as a way to further a narrative that my mother is difficult to work with, that her husband is controlling, or that she is anything like the character that she portrayed in Precious, I also apologize to my mother for the things that you said about her. If it wasn't for me running my mouth, y'all wouldn't have ran yours. For those that left comments telling me that
that part right there, when he said if it wasn't for me running my mouth, then y'all wouldn't have ran yours, that was honest for him. And I feel like that is what was making him come up and say this, feeling bad because of the shit that people have said because of what he said, and it might not have been true, right? Not saying he lied, but y'all know how the internet is. The internet take a little bit of what somebody say, and then they do that thing where you pass it around, and by the time it gets to the person number 10, it's not at all what the fuck originally happened, right? I think he's taking accountability for that part, and I think that's some grown man shit to do, to be honest. I can have my issues with you without adding to how the world wants to make you out to be a monster for speaking up for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you could have been a fucked up mom to me at some point, but that don't mean you was wrong for speaking up about how they was dogging you out. You know what I'm saying? Telephone game. Thank you. I feel like there's definitely some, I love my mom, I want to protect my mom, and so I might say some shit that I may not necessarily believe, but if it's going to make her feel better, then that's fine, because I would rather have the relationship with her than not. That's what this feels like.
At the time, I should not have been saying what I was saying. I appreciate you for holding me accountable. Whew. I owe it to my family to make this apology public, due to the fact that I made our family business public. Though the road to family redemption is hard, I'm looking forward to it. For those that showed me support at the time, but also put up prayers for us to work it out, thank you. Now, these are some receipts that I'm very happy to share. Thank you for listening.
Okay. And there's some pictures of him spending time with her and her spending time with the grandchild. And I feel like we didn't see this on social media. Like, I don't think Monique posted this. Like, this was pictures that he had and that he posted. So, yeah, to me, what I feel from this is, if I have done Here it is. Because now that relationship has healed, you're going to be uncomfortable with your words being weaponized against your mother. Yes. Yes, exactly. That person put it perfectly. Goody, thank you for the super chat. Maya Angelou said this of her mother. She was a poor parent for a child, but amazing parent for a young adult becoming a woman. It's complex. It is. It is absolutely complex. And I say that all the time. Like when I tell y'all stories or, relate to my own childhood, I tell y'all how there are positives and negatives that came. And I have to be honest about them so that I can discover who I am. I can understand. And then I can let some of the negative things go. But there's good and bad. There's good and bad and in everything. So now that we talked about that, and I honestly feel like this was a healing thing. I know everybody wants to see the negative side of this, but this felt very healing to me. Like I wanted this man to have a good relationship with his mama. Like even though I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would have wanted for them because I know how it's hard out here right now. It's hard to find community. We are like sectioning ourselves off. And I think that people are growing as well. So if people have new understandings and they can grow and they can be a better person for you, there's nothing wrong with allowing them to show that to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to, they have to make the changes. Like it has to be healthy. And if it is, then I feel like I'm sorry. Like it feels like it's lonely out here. It's hard to find community. And if your parents are willing to grow in some type of way, it's okay to have a relationship with them and let them back in and take accountability for the things that you did as an adult that were harmful because you were upset about how they treated you. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. But we're gonna move on, girl, because I really do want to get to this Miss Shirley shit, right? So that's where the trigger warning comes into play. I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'm gonna come back because I really want to have a conversation. I didn't know how to feel at first, and now I feel like I know how to feel.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
All right, y'all. So in case y'all didn't know who Miss Shirley is this little girl that goes around performing and doing the little dances for what them fans that, the line dances. So I'm going to go through some TikTok videos and we're going to discuss.
Nobody want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. This little girl is growing up way too fast. And for all the men that go crazy over this little girl and want pictures when they see this little girl, I think y'all weird as hell. And I also look at the parents as if she's just a money object. The fact that y'all call her Miss Shirley blows me. Y'all treat her as if she's already grown. The girl look like she wear diapers. And now that I look at it, the mama really don't care if these men's pedophile or not, or if they offenders or not. So you just let random men take pictures with your daughter or pick them up and take a picture? Like why do they gotta pick her up and just to take a picture? Why they just can't swipe down? If that was my daughter, she would not be popping her little tail at that age. You got grown ass men standing around while this little girl popping her tail, knowing that a lot of these men nowadays like little girls because that's all we see on social media now. 10-year-old pregnant by a 50-year-old little girl.
It's not new. Y'all are just seeing it now. It's not new. It's not new.
Come like up missing. My question is this: why do you want your daughter being so famous? Why she just can't be a child? I understand it's plenty of trail ride dances that she can do that don't require her to do grown-up trail ride dances. You can even teach her how to start her own child version of a trail ride dance instead of the grown-up version. This little girl, Miss Shirley,
Okay. So that he said that, right? It's the mama.
Y'all know we got to the police, like you know the police wanted to do. Take pictures with Miss Shirley.
That means something wrong with the police, ma'am. It's just like when Diddy, is beating Cassie's ass, somebody call the police and the police officer wants a picture and Diddy's, what you call them, autograph.
They wanted to take pictures, but they had to do their job. Because a sick bitch called up there. Way from another state. You way in another state. And worry about what the fuck we got going on. I'm at wit's end. Y'all doing too much. I ain't reading no comments. I ain't responding to no comments. I don't care what it is. I'm not responding. I'm at wit's end. I did not know it was this many.
Okay. So that's her, right? This the little girl. You know what I mean? It's real cute. It's a lot of little other girls in the background, right? And me personally, I don't feel like popping your hip is an adult thing. I don't. I feel like y'all will take these little small things that I think little girls should be able to do and turn them into something more a lot of the times. So for instance, and another thing is like this, there are a couple of men out there that keep reposting the stories about Miss Shirley, and they're speaking out as if they have a problem with this and they care about this little girl and it's wrong what's going on and all of that. But the way they keep posting the videos makes me wonder if that's really the aim. If that's really like why you're reposting it over and over again. If that's why this is the subject matter that you keep talking about.
Drove hours to go see Miss Shirley. In fact, investigate everybody involved with this Miss Shirley thing. The bars, the clubs, the mom.
Why I feel like even though Niecy is walking behind her and she looked like a cute little baby, she also probably, I don't know why I feel like Niecy is slightly uncomfortable.
The aunties, everybody needs to be investigated. This whole week, the topic has been accountability. Well, here's our opportunity to hold not only men accountable, but women and everybody involved in the situation accountable. What do you mean you got up, got ready, got dressed, drove hours to go meet Miss Shirley? Why is Miss Shirley even on your interest? I understand if it was like...
I barely knew who this little girl was until I started to see us talking about it, right? To see people talking about it. This woman.
Let me try to help this brother because too much of y'all content creators.
So the little girl did a meet and greet, right? The meet and greets, I could not tell exactly where they were based on the videos that I saw, but the meet and greets were like places where people, like it's like a club, right? It looked like a club or something like that. Like, where are they? That's supposed to be the man that did the song Where Them Fans At, right? This right here that we saw. Everybody saw this.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your god. Oh, my God.
That looked like two different men to me. And then the other video I played, y'all, there was another man in that one that took a picture with the little girl. So the idea that she's not really doing meet and greets with grown ass men, I don't believe that to be true. I think CPS should have been called on this woman. Now that I've been going through this and found out that the reason why we keep seeing this clip right here with her in this little red dress,
but because
of what
I'm not even gonna say it. I can't believe the parents are doing this.
And I wish y'all was showing Niecy Nash as if
father's involved in this.
It looked like she was just there at the same time, like they might have did something cute for the show. But the way, and I'm not even about to play this whole little video because it can be miscued, right? Miscrewed. Y'all know the word I'm trying to say. The little girl, I don't like the way she's rubbing on herself in this clip. That's why they're talking about Miss Shirley in the red dress.
And here,
the other part of it,
child in this situation.
The other part of it looks like a little girl that's just simply playing dress up in her mom's clothes, which is innocent, right? So it's mixing things that in one breath I feel like, is it sexual or are y'all sexualizing it? The problem still remains when we judge the children and tell the children to do something different because of the adults that are around them, right? So I didn't really know how to feel at first But once I saw this, I was like, okay, something's wrong. That sent me down a rabbit hole to find somebody else's page. This woman here.
I've spoken about Ren Eleanor. I've spoken about Piper Raquel, 8 passenger kids. The other children I've spoken about are white. I am intentional about how I'm speaking about Miss Shirley, given the fact that I look like this. There are parts of Black culture that I am not going to speak on. I'm not going to speak about Miss Shirley's mother, but I'm going to speak about my mother. I'm going to connect the dots to my life. That's what I do. That's the whole point of what I'm doing. I'm connecting the dots because it's complicated. It's complex. It was every day, all the time. My mother had a 32-year head start.
Hold up. I need to go because I feel like it needs to be, I want to make sure it's higher and I want to speed it up a little bit. But I want y'all to listen to this woman.
And Eleanor. I've spoken about Piper Raquel. 8 passenger kids. The other going to speak about my mother. I'm going to connect the dots to my life. That's what I do. That's the whole point of what I'm doing. I'm connecting the dots because it's complicated. It's complex. It was every day, all the time. My mother had a 32-year head start. My father had a 52-year head start. They were adults and they made choices that impacted their child. Telling our stories to ourselves from our position, like my point of view, is so different than how my mother framed what she was doing. So if we only listen to her perspective, a lot of you miss the point. A lot of you fall for it. That was what she...
Okay, I'm going to let her finish, but I want to comment on this. Us New Orleanians been dancing and popping hips since toddler days, and it was never sexualized to the extent here. And I'm going to tell you why. It wasn't on camera, for one, and it did not turn into anybody that wanted to coming up and having access to our bodies. That's why it was okay for us to dance. The same way it's okay for women to dance in clubs without men feeling like you should come rub your dick on my booty. As adult, like what that translated to as we became older was not being able to dance however felt good to us because some man was gonna come and feel like he can touch us. No, I don't. And then y'all make it seem like the women want somebody to come and touch them when they're dancing. When that was not how it felt. It felt like the music is good. I want to dance, but that doesn't mean that anybody behind me that sees me can come up to me and touch me. But I want to get back into this story because when I tell y'all this lady's story really opened my mind up.
She was hoping for. She used slippery language intentionally so that you guys wouldn't think that she was doing something wrong, that she could hide in plain sight. So by me connecting the dots of my mother, my life, my childhood, what I experienced to something that is culturally relevant helps put it together. Like even saying meet and greet, like that's not a 1980s phrase. Now we all have a collective understanding of what a meet and greet is. Meet and greet for a toddler, you start connecting the dots. Me saying green screen green connects the dots. My mother wrote in the baby notebook, I was no longer a baby at 6 months old. They made me responsible for their business as an infant. She literally wrote, they need my help to run the business. My mother's words. She said it herself. It's a common tactic to age the child socially. People always said to me that I looked older than I was because I was tall, because I was this. So it's an intentional tactic to age the child. This baby has a stage name that collectively makes us think that it's an old lady is a tactic.
Yes.
It might not be the backstory because it makes sense to go, oh, she reminds me of an old lady. Okay, that's aging the child. That's saying she's more grown up. You're so mature. You're fast. All of these things have been said to me and said about me when I was a child. I tell myself the story from my own point of view. This baby's stage name makes us all think that she is an old lady. It makes it easier for that old lady to have an OF for dancing. Slippery. Hidden in plain sight. Plausible deniability. Well, she's got clothes on. She's dancing. It's fine. It's a dance class. It's just a restaurant. It's just t-shirts. You're making it a big deal. People just want to eat breakfast. None of these tactics are new.
None of these
I've
tactics
spoken
are
about
new. So
men
I want to
element.
go back because there's another video I want y'all to see before we move on from here. Is this it? Okay.
Miss Shirley is a star. That's undeniable. When you have a star like that, you protect that baby. You don't record it and put it online. You record it and you keep it for the archives so that when she chooses to be a star, she has all this footage from her childhood that no one's ever seen. That's what should have happened to me. That's what should be happening to Miss Shirley. As a child, I was taken to nightclubs. I was put on the stage and I performed for adults. I told dirty jokes. I sang. I danced. I performed. I held conversations with adults. I can talk to anybody about anything. You see my personality. You see my sense of humor in these videos. Even though I'm talking about things that are very heavy, I am buoyant. I lift it up. If just the seemingly innocent parts of my life are happening right now, it's not good. Bad news. It doesn't have to be as extreme as what I experienced for it to be bad. It's not only men. This is a lead singer of a band who is a woman. Dear Rosalie, I am so glad you and your folks were able to come to a club. I hope you weren't too cold on the ride home. All my friends loved your Jeffrey Dahmer jokes. I'll see you again soon, I hope. Don't eat too much candy, haha. An adult woman wrote me a note when I was 7 years old, thanking me for coming to see her at a club, getting on stage, and telling Jeffrey Dahmer jokes. Why was I there? Why does this exist? It doesn't have to be the worst of the worst for it to be something that we should question. Why is a child going to a club? Why is a child performing at the club? Why is the singer saying, I hope I see you again soon? When I'm seeing Miss Shirley and the whole boots on the ground thing, I'm thinking about this letter. I told jokes, I sang, I danced. I held conversation with adults. They asked me questions and talked to me about their relationship problems. I have the kind of personality to be on stage. That should have been protected, and it should have been my choice to get on stage when I was ready, when I wanted to. But that was taken from me. Your child has an it factor. They're special, they're a star, you see that in them. Protect it, keep it private until they're ready to show that behind the scenes footage, showing that they've always wanted to do this. Being forced to perform and choosing to perform are very different things. I am now choosing to record myself. I'm talking to the camera. I'm not being forced to talk to Cam with my mother behind the camera. Do you understand how much I had to clear and shift and heal inside of myself to be able to do this? The diner works. Plum practice works. Tell your story to yourself. You can be who you are meant to be.
Okay. So this is Rosalie online, you guys. Y'all can go to this tab here on her page that says proof. And this is her telling you the story of what happened to her. Her mom owned a diner. Okay. Her mom owned a diner. And at that diner, she would have people come and take pictures with the baby. Like there was literally an advertisement in the window to come and take pictures with the baby, to come and, you know, see the baby, hold the baby. And so eventually, and she showed this in her stories, that there are pictures of her with these creepy looking old men holding her as a child. Like, I think, you know, I feel like, and let's go to the back to the Miss Shirley's mama. Okay, let's go back here. But I feel like this woman's story really connected the dots for me about why it's a problem. And I do feel like people really do and should be way, way more cognizant of posting their children on social media. Hold up, y'all.
The call DHS on me about.
She didn't have an OnlyFans page. Miss Shirley's Dance Universe OnlyFans page. So what did that lady just say to y'all? What did that lady just say to y'all about using certain wordage that can be translated to something else? It's almost like, I don't know if y'all know how this happens, but y'all remember when we talked about the Nickelodeon thing? Remember that one producer that ended up getting charged for, sexually assaulting a child. And then he went from Nickelodeon to Disney. I think he might work at Disney still to this day, but he was a part of the Nickelodeon thing. And he was the one on Nickelodeon that kept doing all of those pickle things. Like, and as a kid that actually really liked pickles, I didn't get it because I love pickles, girl. So whenever I saw a pickle, I was like, oh, people like pickles like me. I didn't get it. Now that I'm an adult and I watch it, how often this man is coming out of nowhere with pickles. Now think about now how we use eggplants to talk about dick, right? On social media, we use eggplants to talk about dick. It wasn't Dan Schneider. It was another guy. Dan Schneider was the overall guy. They don't have any. The weird pickle guy was somebody else. I forgot his name. But the weird pickle guy is the one that ended up being, being put in jail for a little while and then getting out. And then they wrote all of these messages to get him out. But yeah, Dan Schneider was the bigger guy. This is not him. He didn't do the pickle thing. He employed the guy who did the pickle thing. But anyway, the way it starts to look is that it's for children, but when you have the pedos, they get involved in it so that they can create content that's for the pedos that only the pedos know about. So you have kids doing shit like having slime poured on them. You have kids doing shit like with the pickles and stuff. Brian Peck, that was his name. Thank you. As kids, we don't understand what's happening. But once you become an adult and you see how they do these veiled things, hiding in plain sight, that's why the only fan page is a problem. Not that it's an OnlyFans, but why the fuck would you call it that? Unless you wanted people to possibly be hitting you up on the back end, asking for shit that you're not supposed to be given. And then you think about the little girl playing dress up, but rubbing on her body before putting on her mom's heels and stuff. Nobody did that. Nobody rubbed on their body. When we were kids trying on our mom's clothes and shit, and you put on lipstick or put on the heels and stuff, you might strike a little pose or something, but it was never all of this. Girl. Yes, stuffing things in their mouth. The shit that happened with Ariana Grande, that also, the cam footage. The lady I just played, y'all, she said the way her mom, and because people are really weird, right? People were asking for evidence, and they're not really asking for evidence so that they can, believe your story. They're asking you for evidence because they're creeps and they want to see it, right? She said the way her mom would record the videos was like hiding in a closet and watching the kids play. So her as a child, and some other kids are playing, in the kids' room. The mom is hiding in a closet, recording them, and then zooming in on parts of their bodies. That's the type of shit that her mom was recording and selling. At the same time as having a restaurant where she's making all of these beautiful pancakes with cartoon characters and glitter, like doing all of this very, very kiddie shit so that she could bring these kids around, attract kids, because the mom was a pedo too. And then at some point, the lady talks about living in a house with a whole bunch of well-known pedos. So the lady is telling you how these things look innocent on the outside, but when you peel back layers, you see that it's really people hiding in plain sight. So this woman right here, I'm absolutely happy that weird looking man called CPS on her. I am. I'm very happy that he did it because, bitch, the OnlyFans page, you could try to act like, oh, that was just a girl. No, that was intentional. That was intentional. You wanted whoever the freaks are, you wanted them to clock that. That's what I think. Because there's no reason for it to be called that.
My child, that's well taken care of.
Well taken care of financially, right? But you just let any old strange man touch your child. We just now getting to the point in this time frame, 2025, where if I don't have children, y'all, but if I had a child and she don't want to touch somebody, I'm not going to make her so that the grown adult person doesn't feel disrespected because the child doesn't want to touch them. My child has autonomy. If my child don't want to hug you, if my child don't want to touch you, they don't have to. My homegirl raises her daughter like that. And we often talk about how people get mad because she gives her daughter a say. What do you want to eat? How are you feeling about that? Do you like that? Teaching your children to have autonomy and know what they want so that as they get older, they can be firmer in their boundaries. They can understand what they like and who they are so that they don't allow people to just sway them every which way. Y'all don't want the kids to be strong enough and smart enough to tell these nasty motherfuckers no. Because then it's framed as disrespect. When really kids be out here feeling the vibes even more so. When I look at this lady, I feel like, bitch, you one of them mamas. I can see you being one of them mamas. You and your big ass fucking baby hair. I can see you being one of them mamas. By the time your daughter reach 15, 16, you got some man living at the house that's looking at her. Now it's her fault.
Y'all are sick.
No.
I'm a mama before anything.
If you was a mama before anything, then you wouldn't be having them strangers and having any. I don't give a fuck if that man did create that song. I don't care. I don't care if he created that song. He should have walked up to that. He don't know that little girl. It should have been a, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Shirley? Shake her hand. Automatically running up, hugging people, children and shit. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all that was a situation that happened recently at a family function. You gotta pay attention to them handsy, drunk, always wanting kids to be giving them their attention as bitches. I don't know what that's about, but I do not have any kids, but I feel like I'm a very maternal person. And if there are children in the room, I am going to automatically feel in some ways like to pay attention or be responsible in some way. It's at a family function. And this woman keeps pulling on this little boy and wanting him to talk to her and wanting her to answer his, answer questions and all of that. And it was bothering me. It was starting to bother me. And he was a cute little boy. You know what I'm saying? Got his little chain on, got his little hair lined up, got his little earring in. Cute little kid, right? I know in my mind, it felt like, bitch, you sexualizing that child and you doing too fucking much. I don't like it. Was making me uncomfortable to the point that I was like, he don't have to keep answering your questions, bitch. Leave that little boy alone. Like, noticing the way adults feel entitled to children's attention is now that I'm an adult, it is very weird to me. I literally was looking at my husband like, did that, because the lady was talking about how she watched my husband when he was a kid. And I was just like, she watched you, huh? Like, I was looking at my husband like, like it made me worried. It made me worried that you would have access to my husband when he was a child, the way you acting with this little boy in front of me. And then everybody act like because the bitch drunk or she been drinking that we should be ignoring this very weird energy that you feel entitled to this little boy's energy and keep pulling him to answer your questions. Bitch, leave that little boy alone. Let that little boy go play with children. Like now that we're older, y'all, I need y'all to start to see that children have autonomy, meaning that people aren't entitled to their bodies. It's not disrespect if your child doesn't want to hug somebody. Let your child warm up to people. That whenever people be trying, they don't have to do all of that. How you doing, baby? They'll come to me whenever they feel like it. They'll come say hey when they want to. The kids always end up liking me because I don't force reactions with them. It's all right, baby. Go be a child. And I'm a grown, mature woman, so I'm not taking the things that children do as a slight to my ego. I've now recognized a lot of adults are walking around feeling slighted by children. They're children. So you need to understand that you have to take your ego out of it. They're children. That means whatever little stupid shit they say, you're not supposed to take that personally. Yeah, that's how you feel. That's fine. I've had kids walk up to me and say shit that I know they meant to say to me as shade. And it's me, and all I would do is just look at their parents. I would just look at their parents like, I wonder what you said about me in front of your child. But I'd be like, oh yeah. Like I remember when I had my hair, little girl came up to me, Miss Brittany, your hair look like a pack of noodles. I said, yeah, you know what it does? It does. I like noodles too. Stop taking shit so fucking personal and getting mad and wanting to bully little kids because they said some little mean shit to you. They kids, bruh. They testing boundaries. Stop taking the shit personal. They don't know. So let me let this ignorant bitch finish.
I'm sick of you low life trying to discredit me as a mother. And to anybody, any elder that's on here, I apologize for my cursing. I apologize if you feel I'm being disrespectful, but I am tired. I'm tired. Y'all must really sat up there. I actually got a call from the police station today for me to come up to the police station because a miserable called DHS and told DHS and the police station all about the time I got a OnlyFans. It's a mother fan page. It's not no OnlyFans. Y'all take this shit that y'all.
You know what you say? Do you know what you say when you're trying to insinuate what she really meant to say? The official fan page. Not only fan page, the official fan page. That's what you should have said. That's what you want us to believe you meant.
I'll see on social media and run with it. Y'all for a miserable mother. Y'all are sick. I had to go to the police station today. They did an investigation asking me about the OnlyFans. Where people picking her up. Where do she only get booked at adult events? Y'all literally got a video going around talking about she only get booked at adult events.
I don't think she only gets booked at adult events, but it doesn't matter. She's actually being booked for adult events. That's a problem. The only time an adult should be coming to see Shirley, the child, is when they have a child. That's the only way that's acceptable. Think about it, y'all. Back in the day, if there were kids, you know, famous kids, if an adult showed up without a child, you would be looking at them like, why the fuck are you here without a child? What the fuck wrong with you? Men, it seemed like, were showing up to see this little girl and they did not have a child with them.
But kids in the background.
And as we've heard, kids can be in the background and that does not mean anything.
Make it make sense to me. She got her OnlyFans. If you go to Miss Shirley Dance Universe, in parentheses, it had fans only. It's for her fans.
It says only fan page, bitch. It don't say fans only.
Only. Not no fuck. What the look like? Put my baby on only. I'm not even on there.
You look like somebody that's trying to slightly in plain sight advertise for access to your toddler. That's what it looks like to me.
What sense do that make? Make it make sense. Y'all so damn slow.
It makes a lot of sense. You want to talk about somebody slow? People make a lot of money off children. People make a lot of money off children. That's how it makes sense, bitch. Are you okay? People make money. These men could probably pay you a whole bunch of money to pick that little girl up for 5 minutes. Y'all, I would take y'all back to that book I read. Y'all remember I told y'all about that book with Scotty Bowers, Full Service? Remember I told y'all about that book? That man who was an escort and all of that? He found a way to have a different perspective about it. But if you actually look at it, he had been being molested since he was a toddler. And the way it was framed was, it was these sad people that would feel happier once they rubbed themselves against this child. They wanted to feel his innocence, his cuteness. And so they just wanted to rub themselves up against him. Sometimes they would just hold him. But it's all very sexual. And it's all very traumatic. Because then Scotty Bowers becomes an escort. But because he's a white man, he doesn't frame it with the abuse and trauma that it actually is. But he was an escort for the rest of his life. Y'all wonder why women are out there being whores? Why do you think so? Why do you think that happens? You think it's just because women want to be free with their sexuality? No, that's not why that's happening all the time. Usually when women are out there doing shit like that, it's because somebody already fucked with them as a child. So I know exactly how much men will pay for and all of that.
Slow and down. Y'all take anything y'all see on social media and run with it.
No, I don't think so. I don't take anything I see on social media and run with it. I actually kind of went and looked through some of your videos and thought it was fine at first. And then I started seeing shit I ain't like. And then just the fact that she's so young, she can't tell you no when she doesn't want to do it and you actually listen to her. She could say no and you still gonna be like, we got to do it because we got to make this money. What it means to put financial burdening on your child, we have found out is detrimental to the kids. Even if they grow up being financially successful like your Kiki Palmers and your Raven Simones, it still does something to them for them to be a child and recognize that they are financially supporting the adults in their lives. There is still something about that ends up causing a problem.
Y'all are
the Facebook profile people assumed was an OnlyFans page. I don't think anybody assumed anything. I think they saw it. Talking about reading is fundamental. Yeah, bitch, I can read. And I also can recognize that there are other ways for you to say that doesn't sound like an OnlyFans page, bitch. Like the official. That's what you could have put. That's what normal people put that aren't trying to sell sex. Even sometimes when they are trying to sell sex, they'll put the official. You putting OnlyFans page and saying it's supposed to be for OnlyFans? Girl, I think you're stupid and you think we're stupid. That's what I think. But yeah, I want to take y'all back to Rosalie right quick, just to, if y'all want to go deep dive into this, Rosalie's TikTok page. And like I said, on her playlist, there's a proof playlist that I'm going to get back into when I get off of here. But it's all the evidence. It's the story she tells about her childhood and being exploited as a child and it looking like entertainment, but it really being CP. So yeah. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and move on. But I just wanted it enlightened me. And so I felt like I wanted it to enlighten y'all as well. Speaking of other like weirdly, what the fuck is going on? I haven't really paid attention, but I want to. Okay. I'm not going to discuss children, but the adults who funded this need to be psychologically evaluated. High schoolers exchange vows and gift each other rings before prom in viral video. Okay, I got to cut it off because of the music. It looks like a wedding. It's a beautiful dress. All right, come on, son, with the tuxedo. They look beautiful. I love the dress and the suit combo. It's definitely giving money. I don't know how much sense, but it's definitely giving money. Aw. It looks pretty. Okay, so this is a shine on everybody, right? Ferrari, we got the roses. This is a shine on people. I think y'all would think this is cute, but I don't. The problem that I don't think this is cute in general. Like as Messy Miles said I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let's play it again.
Come on, man.
Okay. Y'all saw it, right? I'm not going to discuss children, but the adults who funded this need to be psychologically evaluated. Okay. Y'all see, right? The dress is beautiful, as I was saying. She looks really pretty. The guy looked good. The suit was cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I love the embellishments on the suit. This is for prom, right? This is over the top prom video, right? And y'all know it's prom season. And girl, I love prom season. I'm not going to front on y'all. I love the inventiveness of the dresses. I love how over the top they go. I think it's beautiful. However, them exchanging rings in robes at a hotel, this girl being how old? That's where I feel like the problem comes in, right? Because we're going to think that this is cute, but this is like y'all modeling after marriage. And I feel like that's dangerous for the young girl. It is not given dangerous for the boy. It's given dangerous for the young girl to me. And the reason why I say that is because the girl will be the one that is expected to be the adult woman in the situation, even though she's still a child. The boy will be able to be a child in the situation with the woman. But it's given they got married. It is. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like children who are going to prom should be getting married. I think that's too young. Stop hating. There's kids out here giving birth at ages 14. Meanwhile, me and my lady have high GPAs and full ride scholarships for 4 years, all paid. That's the young man, I guess. We're not hating on you, sweets. We're not hating on you. We just don't like when people push these adult themes on y'all who are children, because you then think that you have to fulfill this shit. And you really don't. It's giving y'all are being, brainwashed into a certain setup that y'all may not be ready for. That's what it's giving. Okay? So people was like, girl, that's too much. I think the hotel room and the robes were too much, because it gave we fitting a fuck tonight and everybody knows. So let's just let's make it a thing. But that's my old school mind of feeling like, yeah, we gonna do it, but bitch, we ain't about to announce it to everybody. The fuck is going on? Father defends son lavish prom celebration and prom ring exchange. We celebrate their love and commitment. In light of recent negative commentary regarding the extravagant celebration of my son and his girlfriend's prom, I felt it necessary to address some misconceptions and clarify their intentions. The exchange of promise rings was a significant gesture symbolizing their commitment to each other as they transition into college. Yeah, I don't feel like they should do that. I don't feel like they should be committing to each other as they transition into college. I don't care if they love each other. They should go and be little human adults at college and explore what that's like for them, because putting rings fully formed. Oh, my bad, y'all. It's not going to prevent them from making mistakes in relationships. Their brains aren't fully formed. They don't have the maturity level for what y'all are imposing upon them with this shit. The exchange of promise rings was as a significant gesture symbolizing their commitment to each other as they transition into college. This is a meaningful moment, especially in a world that often promotes casual relationships. Their relationship has flourished over the past year, and this celebration was a way to honor that commitment as they both embark on new academic journeys. I don't like the way y'all are basically making it seem as if casual relationships are a problem, when really what's happening here is you're trying to imprison some young girl. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a concerted effort to convince the prisoner that they will be imprisoned beautifully. Both sets of parents, including my wife and I, choose to invest in this milestone. We have the means to do so, and for us, it was a small expense compared to the joy it brought to our children. It's important to note that both my son and his girlfriend have received full ride scholarships to Division I universities. That's great. Pursuing degrees in nursing and sports medicine. This achievement reflects their hard work and dedication. While everyone is entitled to their opinion, it's crucial to recognize that not all commentary is constructive. Some may project their own insecurities or dissatisfaction onto others. That is true. Y'all do hate people who got money. My son and his girlfriend are living their lives authentically and joyfully. They don't know who they are in order to be living their lives authentically. And I think the fact that you projected that makes me feel like you're a part of the problem, as I already assessed. We celebrate their love and commitment, and we encourage others to focus on their journeys rather than casting judgment. You didn't want us to focus on our journeys. You wouldn't have made such an extreme gesture for us to see them if that was the case. We wish everyone well on their individual paths. It's essential to uplift one another rather than engage in negativity. Our family stands proud of our children and their accomplishments, and we will continue to support. Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Ain't nobody hating. And I'm not the rest of the people in these comments, so I don't know what's being said that y'all feel like, y'all are being hated on for this. But what I will say is that I don't feel I don't feel like this is something that y'all should impress upon, or actually like the rings and the commitment. No, I wouldn't have supported it. I wouldn't. You know why? Because you're young. You want to be in a relationship. You want to just date him. She wants to, he wants to just date her. That's fine. We're not going to cosplay marriage for children. That's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. And they can both be book smart and still not have the life experience to know what marriage and long-term relationships are like. Y'all are setting y'all kids up to fail, because once your son gets to college and he finds that he wants his freedom more than he wants his commitment, what's the girl going to feel like? Like, not my children, none of my business. That's true, but it's not true. It's true, but it's not true, girl. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. I'll take an early wedding over a rush baby shower. Because somehow y'all think marriage is going to save people from being in toxic relationships. Y'all think marriage is going to save women from raising children on their own. You think marriage is going to save men from being whores and philanderers and having babies all over the place. Like, what is the marriage supposed to save? And y'all don't even realize how when y'all say stupid shit like that, it's making girls who have babies but are smart enough to recognize they don't want marriage as the problem, when the truth of the matter is no. Like, no, the marriage is entrapment. She could have all of it. Oh, scholarship, full ride. Yeah. And when her emotions are all over the place, is she going to be able to keep that up? Because she's worried about him and what he's doing. And if he's still like holding to their commitment, and vice versa. It could be vice versa. But I'm just saying the role that the girls normally fall into is being loyal and sticking beside him and going through a whole bunch of emotional turmoil while the parents are enforcing these toxic society rules onto children that aren't prepared for them. I wish y'all was in that members only. If you was in that members only yesterday when we was talking about Reggie and Kelly Steele, y'all need me to remind y'all who Reggie and Kelly Steele are. I know. Let me remind y'all who they are. As soon as you see it, you'll know.
Radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm.
Okay, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Them two people, we watched the whole podcast last night. And what I want to say is that I feel like both of those people, when they were young, were highly manipulated by the parents around them. And I feel like parents be thinking that they're doing the right thing, right? But you're really not. The son was wayward and didn't have any real, like, he didn't want to do anything. He wanted to fuck women, smoke weed, drink, party. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to really build anything in his life. But he decided one day that this homely woman that was not really his type, but lived closer to him and would cook him food and would give him money. Mind you, she didn't even know him. And his mother saw her somewhere and gave like, oh, you should call my son. You should call my son. His mama gave this woman his number, and they lived, maybe they didn't even live a whole mile apart from each other when they was growing up. All the women, the Latina women that he liked to date, lived far away. So on his way back from fucking those women, he would stop at her house and eat. That's why he kept going back to her. Okay. His mom is the one that impressed upon her that he was going to be a preacher and she needed to stick beside him. Everything Kelly Steele could have done in her own life for herself, she was then convinced she needed to do for him. And God was the one telling her that she needed to do it for him. Y'all needed to make him the preacher. Really, Kelly should have been the preacher. It sounds like to me, Kelly is the one that had the healing and the nurturing spirit that wanted to help people, but doesn't have the discernment because she wasn't taught discernment. All she know is how to love and nurture. And she did that in her relationship with this man to get him to the point that he was at. He literally said at some point after they had built up their church, he had a business relationship with God, but not a personal relationship with God. And I'm like, that's because it wasn't your dream, baby. It wasn't your dream. It was your mother's dream. And your mother could not be a preacher. Your mama couldn't be a preacher with your daddy the way she wanted to. So she imparted on you that you would carry that for her. And you did not have that wasn't his thing. It was not his thing, y'all. He should not have been a preacher. It's not real for him. It's not. Whatever you're supposed to feel internally that's supposed to drive you being a preacher, he did not have it. And his daddy told him that. His daddy told him, you don't want to do the right thing. You're a felon. This lady was working as a dispatcher and got a call about an armed robbery. When the nigga got arrested, she found out it was her husband. Lost her job. Lost her job. She was trying to get them up out of the slums. They was living in the fucking projects with children, and he was cheating, and she was fighting, and she was looking for him at clubs and tussling with bitches and doing all of that ignorant, toxic shit until she got tired and was trying to pull herself up out of that. And that nigga went, he had a good job during the day and still went and robbed somebody at night, got arrested, and made her lose her job. And after that, the daddy says, oh, you want to be a preacher? You and Kelly come clean my church for a year. So now Kelly got to go clean the church with his ass, as if she was not also harmed in his actions. But she was going to stick beside him because that's what his mama told her to do. That's what she felt like God was telling her to do. The lady said that when they first met, she was going to be a classical pianist. The lady said when they first met, she was going to be a classical pianist. But she got pregnant. And she wanted to have, she wanted to have a procedure. She wanted to get rid of the pregnancy. That was the plan. If she had gotten pregnant, because apparently they were having unprotected sex and had already discussed if she were to get pregnant, that she would go and have a procedure. She calls him to tell him that she's pregnant and she's going to have the procedure. He tells her that he's going to become a preacher. He's going to change his life around and he wants to marry her. So instead of doing what she wanted to do, she keeps the baby. After they get married, he decides, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go back to being a whore and an addict and shitting on you. And then he said that he viewed her as the enemy because she kept trying to make him into this preacher. She kept trying to make him into this preacher that his mama said he would be, that she felt like God gave her the vision that he was going to be. Like, listening to this woman talk about how many times she gave up something that was supposed to be for her so that she could do it for him, all for him to get to a grown age of being a pastor and feeling like I don't have a personal relationship with God. I have a business relationship with God because it wasn't real for him, because it's not real for him. It's a business situation. He's a sociopath. And he was a sociopath when he told you he didn't even want to pray with you. They were talking about a time after they got the church, after everything is doing well for them. And he said that she was like the co-pastor or some shit, like not the co-pastor, but like she did the business behind the scenes. And she would keep hiring people that needed to be healed, hiring the wrong people, then trying to nurture them through whatever they did wrong, giving people chances that she shouldn't have gave. So now he's mad at her, not him being mad at you for you offering the same grace to the people that came to the church as you offered to his raggedy ass. They referenced more than once this man telling her she had no worth and no value. And she agrees that she didn't because she didn't have Jesus, even though she grew up Catholic. I don't know why y'all think Catholics don't have Jesus. But this is like, watching this story, y'all, is why this shit is problematic. Because what y'all are doing is basically convincing young people to do shit they don't want to do to fulfill y'all ideals on what y'all feel like they should be doing. When at the end of the day, if it's not for them, it will be empty. If it's not for them, it will only be an image. It will not be fulfilling the way it should be. Let these kids figure their shit out on their own without y'all helping to impress this type of commitment from. They should not be committing to each other at this age. I'm sorry, they shouldn't. I remember what it was like to be that age. And Really? People should just let you have your little relationships until they run their course. But actually, oh, we're going to help y'all. We're going to buy rings so that y'all can do this? No. No. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. And it doesn't matter how smart she is. As I said, Kelly Steele was supposed to be a goddamn concert pianist. Instead, living in the projects, fighting and tussling with raggedy bitches over a raggedy nigga. Being abused. They wasn't talking about it, but you can't tell me that Reginald did not physically abuse Kelly. You can't tell me that. There was a moment where he was talking about how when they were going through the times where he was cheating and she was fighting him for the cheating and all of that. You know, at some point you're young. You want to fight with niggas when they disrespecting you until you get into like your 30s and your 40s and you start to just be like tired of fighting now. And that translates however it does. You either stay or you go. But if you stay, you disassociate. She disassociated. But while she was still fighting and tussling with every fucking body, the nigga was still very much shitting on her. Like, not treating her well, talking to her bad. He said that she burned up his tennis shoes and then she would leave the house. She would bleach his clothes and then she would leave the house. And he said it was best that she left because if she was there, she might have not made it. Meaning that he would have physically harmed her over some fucking K-Swiss. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a man unaliving a woman for some shoes that you're eventually going to throw away anyway? It's why things don't matter. It's why, like, how y'all feel about like personal objects don't matter. And y'all say shit like, oh, we saw Diddy beat up Cassie, but did she steal? No. No. Things don't matter as much as people. I'm sorry. Things don't matter as much as people. Things don't matter as much as people. So yeah, y'all. If you are a member and you missed it, you should check out that live we did covering that whole story. Child, it was a lot. It was a lot. I literally kept a notebook and was writing every time something was said that should have been, girl, this is enough evidence for you not to stay with that man. Like, but you want to be brainwashed. You're a Stepford wife. You're a church Stepford wife. You can have it. So let's move on. Where here it is. So Cooking with Kaya's boyfriend accused her of cheating because she was twerking at a party at Streamers University. You're publicly embarrassing me. This is another reason why you don't commit to relationships when you're young, because every little thing you do is now an embarrassment to a nigga when ultimately y'all are both young and should be able to express your youngness without having to worry about somebody else's feelings or image. Hold up. Let me put it up.
We had a party, like we all went to like the club basically. I was dancing with the girls. Supposedly he touched me and I had no idea. Like he touched me without me even seeing. So I was unaware of that until the chat started saying like his name. And I didn't know who he was at first, but he did just come up to me. He apologized if he did do it, which I'm not denying that he did because I've seen like a clip or whatever, but he apologized for it. No, y'all, don't not start saying assault. Don't start saying that, y'all. Don't say that. Don't say that. But he did apologize. He wanted to apologize on stream. He wanted to apologize He wants to apologize to my chat for that. Because, yeah, like I said.
So he wanted clout off of you after he touched you. And, yeah, ma'am, assaulted you. Like, I feel like we don't want to call it what it is, but this is a part of the problem.
He said he was drunk. I didn't know that he was, like I said, I was with girls. I was with a group of girls. I was streaming the whole time. I was with a group of girls. So supposedly when he did that, he said he was like drunk or whatever. But like I said, he apologized. All right, y'all. So basically.
So this is the video. That's her. And she's dancing. It is mostly girls around her. I can't tell. What did I just say to y'all about how when girls be dancing and niggas is always coming up behind them and the girls don't even know? And nobody asked you to do that. But it becomes like the girl's responsibility to keep some nigga from walking up behind her. So now she can't dance or have a good time. Yeah, like there's so many people. I can see her not really being able to see who's behind her. But this is her boyfriend watching this. I also feel like I don't like how many people are there. Like it just Not him playing sad music and doing this whole dramatic thing about her dancing. Like, look at him. He's flashing out because she was dancing and some dudes got behind her, and now he's online making it a moment because everybody wants attention.
I don't want to be publicly embarrassed. You feel me? I don't want to be publicly embarrassed. She wasn't fucking with shit. Okay, I don't want to be publicly embarrassed, right? I don't want to be publicly disrespected, right? And I don't want her to let no nigga slide that's trying to get on.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything either, but I can imagine somebody getting up behind. Like, I couldn't see, like, it seemed like she went down and started twerking, and then it seemed like people was trying to hold motherfuckers back from jumping on her as she did this. And then it seemed like the crowd, and that was another thing, y'all. I used to be one of them girls that loved to dance. So I would be dancing in the middle of the circle, and at some point in high school, niggas would start to crowd us. There's a circle, everybody's dancing. At some point, niggas would converge and start to like get closer and closer and closer and closer. Like until we stopped dancing. Like we would stop doing that after a while because of the way guys at dances would do that. Because they would do stuff to girls in a circle, right? Like the girls dancing, having a good time. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of dudes are circling around her and she can't get out. And then they start touching her and shit. Like that's happened. That's happened. So like it became a thing to not even really be able to dance at dances out of fear that niggas would do that to you.
On that. Like I'm not saying you gotta be disrespectful to the nigga and just automatically dub the nigga, but no entertaining that shit. Put a nigga in the friend zone. The niggas that watch Twitch more, I'm publicly embarrassed now. Bro, I've been publicly embarrassed about that shit, nigga. Everybody that know me was like, what the fuck? Nigga, just because not everybody knew. A lot of people knew. I got a lot of supporters, bro. Everybody that knew me knew that we was together. So I was getting embarrassed the whole time, bro. Y'all should see my Discord game. These niggas are on my ass. I'm like, and the thing is, I'm in the Discord.
Are they like, what do they want you to do? They want you to break up with your girlfriend so that they can go fuck her? Niggas trying to convince you to break up with your girlfriend is always like, why are you doing this, son? Why you want me to break up with her? Why? Either because you want me to be miserable like you, or because you want access to her, so you want me to break up with her. Because a lot of times, the niggas that be telling y'all that, they want your girl.
Discord, I'm like, nah, you're not doing shit. Nah, nothing happening. Nothing going on. No entertaining shit. Nothing. You feel me? We knew. Yeah, all y'all niggas knew. But and let me tell y'all why. 3 things that I
was respectful enough to tell him, I still want this, but I just want you to go get established. That's all I was asking for. I just want him to get established. To the point where I kept telling him, like, yo, I got so fed up. I was literally telling him, like, go hang out with boys. You have friends out here. Like, get out the house. You don't got to stay with me 24/7. Like, I don't know. I just got frustrated. It's just, yeah, I am too young. I just got frustrated of carrying the weight. Y'all, I couldn't do nothing. Like, he didn't let me do nothing. Like, oh my gosh. It was so bad. But anyways, like I said,
What did I just say? What did I just say, y'all? Y'all see how it lined up just then? This is the young, after I just finished saying it to everybody, the young girl comes up here and tells y'all she did not like the weight of it. And really what it is you trying to lock her down because you see how valuable she is, but then also hating on her and then wanting to use her for clout and then wanting to make yourself a victim in using her for clout. It's like bullying the girl into the relationship and then being mad when she acts young or does young girl shit. And now you're a victim and you get to be a victim and scream on the internet about how she embarrassed you. You embarrassed yourself, to be honest. And when she said, and I hate the way everybody was like, oh, you know what I mean? Choose better women, King. I hate y'all. I hate y'all for real. Kaya replies to his insecurity by asking him to get established. Do you know why? Because what she's noticed is that while she has started to establish herself online and people know Cooking with Kaya, for whatever reason, y'all know who she is, right? If you on TikTok and all of that, you watch somebody, I've heard of her, before. She has gained notoriety. She is making good money off of TikTok. She was at Kai Cenat's University, which is a big deal for the streamers. Like, She is somebody that is establishing herself. She said, I want you to go and get established, because she can tell that he's hating on her because he's not doing as well as her. He's hating on her. He's jealous of her. She wants him to go find some fucking business. She wants him to go and get his own shit so he can stop hating on her in the relationship. That's why she said, I want you to go and get yourself established. Y'all always feel like whenever girls are saying something, it's like they're pedestalizing themselves, and you want them to know that they're not that great. It was the same thing with old girl saying that she didn't want, being famous is a burnout because I'm tired of y'all, posting my address every fucking where. You assume that she's pedestalizing herself and thinking too highly of herself. It's the same thing with this little girl. When she said establish, that wasn't because, I think so highly of myself and he just needs to do better. No, it's because he's draining me and then he's hating on me. So maybe if he go and establish himself and get his own shit, he'll stop hating on me. That's what she was talking about. And the way she expressed it, he was trying to control everything she was doing. You see that she's great. You see she's popping, and you want to possess her. You want to be her boyfriend so that you can possess her, so that you can eat off of her, so that you can get some type of notoriety off of her. That's why. And she's young and she doesn't know any better, but she's getting her life experience, because she was one of the same ones that was speaking up on behalf of DDG, saying that he be snaking, but he a good guy. She's too young to know that him snaking means he's not a good guy. Y'all still be trying to create all of these separations in y'all mind about motherfuckers instead of taking the evidence for what it is. But y'all would then, and to me, this is him doing this is dangerous for her. That's another thing. Him getting online and talking about how she embarrassed him and all of this shit. I think it makes life unsafe for her. It's already unsafe for her, but it puts a target on her back for all of the men that want to view her a certain way. Oh, you hurt that nigga feelings. So, now I'm reminded of when some beautiful woman didn't want to do everything I wanted her to do. So now I'm mad. Yeah, it's incels. It's very much incels. Child incels have found the chat. Y'all, okay, do I have some people in here to start blocking? Do I have some people in here to start blocking? Because y'all love to demonize young black girls when they just trying to figure their shit out, just like y'all claim these stupid ass niggas are. I'm gonna pray for the young girl. I hope she finds her way, girl. I do. DDG, CD's Masterpiece, Charlie's Angels. Y'all know he had his brother and one of his little minions jump that guy for calling him doo-doo garbage. Right? Somebody called him doo-doo garbage. Let me tell you something. The sign that a nigga is not the nigga he thinks he is, if he thinks he's like that dude and all of that, the fact that he's always so offended by everything should show you that he's really not that guy. DDG is really not that guy. He's always in his fucking feelings. And this fight was an extension of him always being in his fucking feelings.
My brother was in fear for his life.
We saw the video. So y'all know he already starting off lying, right? Where's the video? This is the video. So this is the part where the brother comes up and says, let's go check this nigga. You want to check him? Yeah, let's go check him. Okay, so this part right here, this is them walking up on dude, right? How did you feel fear for yourself when you said, let's go check this nigga, and then you rolled up on him, squad deep, people all around? Look, y'all walked up on him, and then you snuck him. So, what are we saying here? What are we saying?
I'm chilling. My brother was in fear for his life. The dude was following us around the whole entire DreamCon, trying to embarrass us and bully us. I told my brother to check him in terms of Check and see if he's okay. Check and see if he needs help. Because y'all know I'm a helpful person. You feel me? Check and see if this man needs help. Check and see if he's all right. Because he kept following us. We thought he was like a little slow or whatever. So, you know, it happened. And the guy continued to try to hecker. How you say it? He became a heckler and he kept trying to just bother us. So he lost Sonic rings. It's not our fault. You feel me? Like, do nothing. I'm chilling.
That
What's up, y'all?
Hit me in my
I mean, the shit is on video. I don't know why anybody's arguing. Y'all rolled up on that man on some petty shit. He called you doo-doo garbage. You was in your fucking feelings because you're a child, and you haul off and hit somebody, and now they're trying to sue you, and you're upset about it and claiming that your brother was in danger for his life after he walked through a crowd of people in order to get to this guy, in order to sneak him.
If I was in there, if I was the nigga that was gonna be, if I would have been the nigga that's doing something, it wouldn't have been just that.
I hate that he's always pressing that button. Yo, I hate that he's always pressing that button, yo.
Nigga nose would have came off. I would have super cannon punched the nigga. Like, I wouldn't even know that. I'm chilling, bro. Like, I know these niggas probably like fans for real. You feel me? I had a clear shot. I just didn't do it. I'm too smart. Why would I? It's not that deep.
It was that deep. Now you're acting like it wasn't that deep because you know how lame it is for you to be so bothered by somebody saying some shit that now you have a lawsuit because you decided to run up on somebody. You really are that lame.
Not that deep. My brother said, hey, I want to say something to this nigga. I said, go ahead, nigga. If I was in there,
now you acting like if you would have fought him, it would have been worse. When at the end of the day, the way that nigga was towering over you, it was giving you needed your group there. Because if some would have actually wanted to fight you, you probably would have got your ass kicked. Like, we've seen your legs. We've seen your legs, brother. Okay? We've seen your legs. You're not giving that you could really fight or something. Okay, y'all said some new shit came out. DDG files motion to block Halle Bailey. That's why I say it like that, y'all. Halle Bailey from taking their son to Italy, citing imminent emotional and psychological risk to the child. Yo, not him. DDG provides alleged text messages as an attempt to prove to the court that Halle Bailey is mentally unstable and should not have custody of their son. Meanwhile, on the internet, getting in fights with people at DreamCon. Halle, this is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You don't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. I'm going to kill myself tonight. Yeah, this is all from March 2024. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. So the stuff that y'all, this is so fucked up. Y'all, this made me so sad. Y'all know Halle said she was going through postpartum. This is the postpartum that she was going through. Oh my God. Yeah, the AI thing too. But this is not what he thought it was given. Like, then he says, I can't believe you acting like this. The gaslighting of it all. Answer the fucking phone. Answer the phone. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it. Y'all, not him using shit from 2022. I just want to be left alone, please. I'm calling for help. I have a knife. Wow. I just thought we'd do what I wanted to do today. And this is from 2024, since it's Mother's Day. But you really want to go. If you really want to go, you can. I'll just go home and pack. Hello? If you don't want to come back here, I'm going to call the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my gun, blah, blah, blah. The gun has no safety. You have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money when you're done, when you don't ever see what's in front of you. How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? How could you openly talk shit about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? You want to fucking ruin me, and you succeeded. DDG also alleges that Halle Bailey stabbed him in the hand, and this is the cut on his thumb to prove that. Okay. That's some cute little evidence that you were able to get. If the text messages were real, I'm going to tell you that sounds like somebody who you are emotionally abusing, having like a spiral, right? So if she is going through postpartum and having a hard time and you're cheating and you're not answering the phone, the text messages, it sounds like she is panicking. Sounds like she's having a very, very hard time. The threatening to unalive herself probably is a direct correlation to her own depression issues. Doesn't mean she's not safe for her child. It never said she would hurt her child. She said she would hurt herself and her child would not be around for it. So it doesn't say anywhere in there that she would hurt her child. But he was using text from 2022 and text from 2024. So you cause her to be depressed and say these things and then use it against her to try to take her baby from her? This y'all good guy, right? This y'all Kane? This y'all good guy, huh? Because that's what you do, right? That's what you do? What Jay Lee said, in March of 2024, she had just had the baby 3 months prior and was suffering from postpartum. Also, all these texts only equate to 3 days from 2022 and 2024. That is not proof of anything in 2025. I always feel bad for women screaming for help while men are doing as they please. That's what I got from it. Look, in 2022, a year before giving birth, she's threatening him or herself with a knife. It's clear this is who she is, not PBD. I don't know what that means, and I don't know what you mean about this is who she is. To me, I feel like this is also who he is. If that's the argument, he's a piece of shit. So if we're going to say that she's mentally unstable, we're going to say he's a piece of shit that exploited her being mentally unstable. That would really be the case if that's what was going on. The knife shit sounds like you were already having a hard time. And didn't they say that they had a hard situation with their parents at some point? When you grow up in an abusive household, you often think about unaliving yourself. You often think about unaliving yourself, specifically by knife. Since in our generation, 90s, early 2000s, slicing wrist was a very popular way of, unaliving oneself. As somebody that had an abusive household, I know what it's like to go through bouts of depression and then arrive at that should I be here moment. I'm not going to look at this as that means she's unsafe for a child, because at some point she was depressed and you were antagonizing the depression and wanted to unalive herself. Like, yeah, cutting was a whole thing. Like, I'm not going to derive the same meaning from these text messages. And this is what I talk about, niggas telling on themselves and they don't even know they telling on themselves. Cause like, this doesn't prove what he thinks it proves to me. Like, that's wild. Lady T, thank you for the super chat. Hey, boo, happy hump day. Happy hump day. J Ray, thank you for the super chat. It's giving blink twice if you need help, sir. I agree, Bondi. I've seen friends who seek validation from their moms who treat them like crap, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. That Monique situation. Goody. I read this one. Maya Angelou. The Quasia. Thank you, love. I think the underlying issue is that people don't want to have the conversation about how children were historically used as marital properties. Absolutely. Absolutely, the Quasia. Kimi Kim, what's going on, girl? Thank you. Oh, he thought that he did something. It only helps her and shows what she was going through, how he isn't a good person. That's what it felt like to me. You letting us know you was cheating on her 3 months after she had the baby, when you was up there trying to act like you wasn't really out here in the streets. Hey, Lindsay, what's going on, girl? Thank you for the super chat. It looks like a lot of his text messages are missing. That's what it looked like to me too. It looked like he deleted a lot of his messages. Like, I don't trust messages from these niggas. All you got to do is get in there and delete, and then leave her shit there. And now it looks like she's spazzing and you never replied. Okay. But yeah, no, DDG is still a piece of shit, even with this so-called proof and evidence that it took him a minute to get. I hope the judge ignores it and allows for Halle. I'm gonna say, y'all, I hate that I do that, but it's just like this natural thing for Halle to go ahead and take her baby and go on out, go on somewhere, girl. Go on and work and do what you gotta do, because that nigga ain't got no money. We know he ain't got no money. Okay. Maybe a little bit of money, but not enough money. He gonna be like Offset asking you for child support. Asking you for alimony. So from DDG, I want to go to a story that I had passed over, but I want to go back to just for the sake. I want to hear what's being said. I just want to see what the girls are talking about.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna talk about Dwight on my page. You're not.
Okay.
That's why y'all notice, did y'all notice when we first got together, I was posting and I was so happy and it was Black love and I was so happy. And then I was reading the comments.
What they were saying, girl?
People was actually adding my husband's name to talk shit about him.
Oh yeah, girl. People are bold.
Adding his name, going out their way to on my page. I made a Dwight Howard bill on 2K. I be dropping buckets. I'm married. I don't know who y'all married. And then to go out y'all way to at him. I stopped posting him because I could see if it was people saying negative things about him. But y'all going out your way and y'all adding my husband, y'all gonna at him.
Girl, she could
to disrespect him on my page. We're not gonna do it. So I thought I was gonna be one of them girls who can showcase her. So I wanted to nothing. Honestly,
Girl, you stupid if you thought you was gonna get your ass on the internet and make a storyline out of a marriage to Dwight Howard as if he doesn't have a long history of abusive, problematic behavior. It doesn't even matter. I know everybody, Black women, we always want to focus on the fact that he like men. So what? That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that he like men. That's irrelevant. That's not even a fucking point. The point is he's been accused of assaulting people and pushing his penis in people's mouths and using the court system to abuse his baby mama.
This pass and
This is Amy Luciani. I don't know, I just assume that the people that watch me be knowing this shit sometimes. I'm sorry. Amy Luciani is a former YouTuber, reality star, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta in the past couple of seasons. Amy has a history of being with ain't shit men. And so here we are with her being married to Dwight Howard right after Royce came out and said some things about him. Another man came out and said some things about him. Dwight Howard is not okay. He's a toxic religious person as well. So yeah, this is not about him being gay. It's not even about that. He seems to be unsafe and dangerous. And the way women love to come to the forefront to tell us that the man who we know is abusive is not, that's what starts to work on my nerves. That's what starts to work on my nerves. Cause it's if y'all want to be in relationships with problematic, abusive niggas, can y'all do that in private instead of feeling like y'all need to come to the front to tell everybody else that they're wrong about him? We're not. But that's your experience. Remember that? That's your experience. Everybody else's experience is valid as well. And you don't have to come to us to tell us that we don't know what the truth is after years of seeing Dwight Howard be unhinged. Niggas that watch basketball know that Dwight Howard is unhinged. The fuck?
Let's start responding with one comment. I think it went too fast. At the end of the day, I think you should still vlog. Yeah, I'm about to start vlog. I'm getting back into it. So, but let me tell you.
Yeah, please vlog, cause we want to see. We want to see what it looks like on the inside. We do. Come on, share, Amy.
Got the space that I'm in. I really don't know what to vlog about. Shout out to Africa too. I don't know what to vlog about because it's I want to show y'all stuff, but I'm keeping stuff private. I'm nothing.
Girl, I guess. Oh Lord, I just like to keep, it don't matter. I just like to keep y'all abreast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we be talking about a certain story. I just want to keep y'all abreast of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like just recent developments on something we had already been talking about. And we had already been talking about Amy Luciani and her relationship with Dwight Howard. And I just told y'all I was just waiting. You know what I'm saying? So ever so often when something pop up, I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see where we are in the Amy Luciani Dwight Howard timeline. Let's see what's happening there. Just a spectator. It's a good story. Let's move on. I want to move on to Cam Newton. I have to find the clip though. Something was said that made Cam Newton feel uncomfortable, and I was like, "Oh, really?" Because you say a lot of things that make everyone else uncomfortable. Where's the clip? Here it goes.
It took something out of me when people say I created broken homes. And I'm just trying to make my wrongs right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being a public figure and bleeding in public is tough.
Yeah.
Because you got to be strong.
Yeah.
I have this saying, where do lions go to lay? Where do eagles go to cry?
I don't know. I think that being famous is hard for regular people. I don't think it's hard for sociopaths. Those of you that lack empathy, no, I don't think it's that hard for y'all. I don't. I think y'all feed off the energy versus feeling fed off of.
Where the warriors go to weep. It's tough. But for me, and I see my seeds and things that I work for the reasoning to give them a better life. And when it was identified, I was like, yo, I never thought about it like that. And they so innocent. They didn't ask for this.
Right.
And I would always say, I know right from wrong. I just don't always do right.
Yeah.
Raised in the church, they preachers' kids, they the worst one. I knew that.
PK.
It took something out of me when people say I create.
Okay, he's saying shit and it don't make sense. Let me read it. Cam, who has 6 biological children and 2 stepchildren, he claims as his own admitted that his public profile makes the criticism even harder to bear and often feels there's no escape from the scrutiny. I think that's why you're a narcissist. Because you hate people seeing you clearly after being able to hide it for so long. Appearing to reflect on his viral conversation with Dr. Cheyenne, who suggested that his approach might be unintentionally harmful, Cam alluded that her perspective helped him see that even with good intentions, he may not have made the best choices, noting that his kids didn't ask for this. Okay. It seems like, some type of mental understanding. Okay. Love when grown men cross their leg. I mean, I don't know why that's such a big deal to y'all. I grew up with men crossing their leg. Like that seems to be the natural thing for them to do. They have like their hips aren't as wide, and they have like the my dad, my grandfather, like everybody was known to like cross their legs. You know what I'm saying? Put like what is this thing? Yeah, motherfuckers can't cross their legs. Like what's the problem? I don't like when men cross their legs like that. I need for y'all to get over that. Like y'all be paying attention to the shit that don't matter. You motherfucker can't cross their legs. Why I can't cross my legs? That's weird. It's my what, girl? Listen, once y'all start to realize that niggas need to be flexible in order to fuck good, okay, crossing legs and doing squats and all of that shit that y'all be thinking is feminine. Yeah, that's why y'all be getting dick down by motherfuckers who ain't got no hip movement. Cause y'all don't want niggas to be limber. Y'all want all the niggas to be, just very, very starch and like that. No, motherfucker. Okay, cross your legs, stretch your hips out. Do what you need to do. Okay? I like hoochie daddy shorts too. Wear them hoes. Okay? Want to see them kneecaps, nigga? Sorry, just thinking about my husband in shorts. Want to see them kneecaps, okay? Want to see that upper thigh muscle. Show me something, okay? Give me something to think about later. I'm sorry, y'all. When I see men's thighs and legs and knees and shit, I just think about like getting fucked up. I'm sorry. That's all I can think about is the strength. If there's muscle in them legs, that mean that, you know what I'm saying? Jigger squat. Okay. y'all gotta watch. Look, I want my nigga doing yoga. Okay, I want you doing yoga. I want you stretching. I want you flexible. You in order to bend a bitch into a pretzel, you have to be flexible. Okay? Y'all gotta wake up, girl. Okay? But at the same time as he's talking about that, y'all, apparently something happened on his podcast with Woody. And I'm just keeping my eye on the situation. Y'all know Woody, the actor who's Bobby Brown. He was Bobby Brown. And so now we just call him Bobby Brown. Where is it? I thought I know I saved it and I probably just passed it up. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. I don't know why. I be humming shit. I'm mad I can't find it. I thought I had saved it. Y'all, Woody apologized for doing something. But Woody here you go. Actor Woody Mclain is trying to right his wrongs with Cam Newton. The Power Book 2 Ghost star took to threads yesterday with a message directed at Cam and Funky. It wasn't yesterday, it was 3 days ago, y'all. But because I was talking about Cam, I wanted to bring this story up. I want to apologize to Cam and his team for my actions on his podcast. Y'all know when they do shit like this, sometimes I be feeling like it's because they want to like add some publicate, they want to add some pub. You want to pub the interview and you make people think that something really crazy happened. So now we're going to want to see it. We wouldn't even gave a fuck. But now that you say something happened with you and Cam, we want to see it because we want to know what you and Cam got into it about. Did you check him? Was you like being a manning? You know what I'm saying? Or was it some bitch shit? Like what happened? Like you know what I'm saying? Like minds want to know. What happened, Woody? It's unclear exactly what went down during the interview. Woody didn't offer any further details. Cam hasn't addressed the situation publicly. The episode has yet to drop. Girl, when I say I'll be on the lookout. What happened, Woody? Okay, what happened, sir? Did somebody call you Bobby Brown and you flipped out? What happened? Anyway, let's move on. I know a lot of my people may not know about Andrew Tate. But when we talk about the manosphere and red pill content that is starting to bleed into the Black community, one of the originators, one of the main figureheads in that attempt to poison the world and continue to enslave the women and children of Salem is Andrew Tate. Okay? UK charges Andrew Tate and his brother with multiple offenses, including R and human trafficking, because people will use Andrew Tate like he's somebody like Kevin Samuels, basically. Like this is somebody we should listen to. But then when you actually delve into that person's life, nothing about them is matching the shit that they're saying. Or it is, and that's a problem, right? Y'all, excuse me. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm going to eat after that. My stomach growling and shit. My bad, y'all. Okay. Andrew, 38. On Monday, Crown Prosecution Service confirmed the charges, which include R, actual bodily harm, and human trafficking. Andrew, 38, is now linked to 10 separate charges involving 3 alleged victims. His younger brother, Tristan, 36, is facing 11 charges related to a single woman. The alleged crimes took place between 2012 and 2015. Both men have denied all accusations. The charges follow an investigation by Bedfordshire police, who handed their findings over to the UK prosecutors. A European arrest warrant was issued for the brothers in 2024, and a Romanian court later approved their extradition. However, that can't happen until their ongoing legal issues in Romania are resolved. So they have legal issues in Romania as well. Seems like they're going all over the world, racking up charges. I think he's also one of the guys that kind of promoted the passport bros bullshit. Like, oh, we can't make these women submit to us because we're idiots and they're smarter than us. So let's go where women are poor and don't know any better so we can take advantage of those women. That's what it was given, right? And then that makes me want to play this clip that I saved. I love when I do this.
So I haven't seen the passport bros.
Let me follow All Lips, okay? Y'all follow All Lips? Because I think I followed her once I saw this, but I just want to make sure I'm following her. Okay.
For a little while, and I was wondering where they went because they were so vocal about how American women ain't shit and how westernized women is just shitty and we don't know how to be submissive and we don't know. And I know that you guys were only talking about sexually, but y'all were like, we're going to go over to these other countries, especially Asian countries, and we're going to get submissive women because they know how to treat their men. Well, sir, it looks like you guys are bringing back a little bit more than just a submissive woman. You're bringing back HIV. You guys are bringing back HIV. It's actually a Passport Bros HIV hashtag. The numbers of the HIV population in these countries that you guys are going to is increasing. So where is all that shit y'all was talking? That makes sense why y'all so quiet. Y'all can't talk shit. Now you got HIV. You got a bad attitude, sir. You got HIV. Y'all talk about the body counts of American women, and you went and fucked some foreign prostitutes, some foreign sex workers, because that's what they are. You just don't know that they're sex workers because you are in so much denial about women knowing how women work and why women know what women do. You think you know, and you done went over and got HIV. Get the fuck out of here, sir. Go take your ass back over to the motherfucking countries where you got HIV. Y'all going to go get HIV, and then you're bringing it back over here to America. Y'all need to be deported. Any of these motherfuckers, all y'all, I feel like y'all are tyrants. All y'all are against America. Because how the fuck y'all go to another country to go get a non-American woman because you don't like American women, then you go get HIV and come back to go fuck who? American women? Y'all don't know what the fuck. This is funny though. It's hilarious. I don't feel no empathy or no sympathy. Fuck you. Fuck y'all. Y'all dog out American women all fucking day long. And there's another reason now why American women are gonna want your nasty ass. You HIV positive from fucking a fucking sex worker from another country. Another country. And don't go to my son, well, there's medication you can't. Sir. Go now. You want to go find you now. You want a American woman that's gonna be so understanding of your HIV status while you fucking hated American women. And the reason why you have an HIV status is because you hated us so much you wouldn't fuck a sex worker from another country, and now you got HIV, and now you want us to have empathy and sympathy for you and still love you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go to hell. Go to fucking hell. And I'm married, but I'm speaking for the single women. Fuck you. Go and take your ass back to the Philippines and Thailand. So I haven't seen the Parental.
Listen, I didn't even know, y'all. I had saw that and I was like, girl, is that what's going on? Is that why we haven't heard anything? I thought it was because they ran out of money. I thought the Passport Bros might have just went over there, ran off into the sunset with whatever young, indigenous woman they've tricked off on. Maybe they got caught up and got unalive because people take advantage of stupid tourists no matter where you are. Girl, I did not know that this is what was going on. But Andrew Tate and all of them, like that, all of that red pill, y'all, that's all the same shit. Passport Bros, red pill, Kevin Samuels, like, and then it bleeds. Like, that's how it goes, y'all. It goes from like MAGA, Trump crazy shit, Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying? That type of crazy shit. Then it bleeds into like your Kevin Samuels, and now you got your Tory Lanes, and y'all see how it all kind of just like lines up to we hate women and we want to exploit and abuse you freely. And when you don't let us do it, we get upset. We get real mad and we flip it on you. Last 3 stories, y'all. Last 3 stories. We keeping up with stories, right? So one of the stories that I have been keeping up with was Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson. Okay. Where's Smokey Robinson, that creepy ass? Y'all, the fact that I have never liked this man, no matter how much my biases were supposed to make me like him. Like, Smokey Robinson was supposed to be like, your quintessential light-skinned, light-eyed, fine black man, girl. Growing up in New Orleans, this is the type of man you supposed to like. And then in New Orleans, you find out these niggas is crazy. Okay? Because who looks like this? Who looks like this without face tattoos, y'all? That Massey nigga that just escaped from prison. Same thing. Light skin, light eyed. Niggas is crazy. Please believe me when I tell you, the niggas is crazy. Stop thinking this means they pretty. When they look like this, they crazy. Okay, Smokey Robinson has fired back with a $500 million cross complaint against 4 former employees who recently accused him of sexual battery and false imprisonment. Even the tactic of trying to sue people who used to work for you for $500 million, when you know that's not the money that they have, that's a tactic to make them so scared that they back off, if you ask me. Because if I'm countersuing you for all of this money and you know you don't have it and you know I got money, and the court system is a situation where it may be true, but if you can't prove it, then you can get away with it. And that means I might be able to come and sue you for money you do not have simply because you can't prove what I did to you. I did it, but you can't prove it. That's why people always ask you when they did some shit, but can you prove it? Okay, doesn't mean they didn't do it. That's why this conversation around Diddy is so weird. Like, even if, like, the argument of the RICO, okay, it's not a RICO, y'all. Does it mean that we should allow this nigga to be out amongst everybody, working everybody to death? Can't stop, won't stop. Let me continue, y'all. I'm sorry. Filed with his wife, Frances, the countersuit alleges slander, emotional distress, and financial elder abuse, describing the woman's claims as fabricated in support of their extortionate scheme. The Robinsons did not abuse, harm, or take advantage of plaintiffs. They treated plaintiffs with the utmost kindness and generosity. The complaint states, adding that the couple's vacation, celebrated holidays, and shared financial support with the accusers. The filing claims that women initially demanded $100 million and went public after being denied, causing a media circus. One of their attorneys reportedly called Robinson a serial sick artist. Smokey Robinson. The Robinsons also accused the women of deleting evidence, stealing property, and filing anonymously without a legal basis. Meanwhile, the LA Sheriff's Department confirms on ongoing investigation into the claims. Honestly, I feel like anytime there needs to now be a rule that if somebody accuses somebody famous of something, I think they should be able to remain anonymous. Unless you can prove that, you know what I'm saying, it's a lie, I think they should be able to remain anonymous, because I don't feel like people should be able to go and attack that person based on their knowledge of a situation that they don't really have the full information on, right? So, yeah, we know who Smokey Robinson is, but most people are not going to believe the bad thing about Smokey Robinson. But if we get the name of the person that said it, we're going to feel like, oh, let's go attack that person. Not me, but you know, people online do shit like that. And let's just say there is an instance where he absolutely did the shit. Should he be able to use his fame in order to abuse this person further? I don't think so. So I feel like in order to protect every victim, you know what I'm saying? Whether, you know, because just like y'all feel like, oh, is innocent until proven guilty. Well, I feel like the victims need to be protected until they're proven to not be victims. And if at some point you can prove they completely lied about the situation, then yeah, you can name them. But before that, I feel like the victims' names don't need to be put out. And I feel that way because of how y'all have done Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all attack people even when they have a hole in their foot. Y'all attack people even when there's no other smart option here. Like, the way y'all harass people on behalf of somebody you're a fan of is the reason why people should be able to remain anonymous if they go through the courts and accuse someone of something. Like, that's, I'm sorry. I don't care that the news got hold of the story. I don't give a fuck. I feel like if a person goes through the proper channels to say somebody did something to them, they should be kept anonymous. Y'all should not be able to get online and break them people down and basically help the perpetrator get away with it by bullying them people into possibly feeling like, you know what, I'd rather just not. But yeah, child, they accused him, child. They look, an old picture of him. Oh, is that AI? That look like AI. Smokey Robinson. Yeah, y'all. The lady said that he assaulted the maids, the women that worked in his household, and you know, it happened over years. And of course, y'all have the same questions y'all ask every time. Why did they stay? Why didn't they leave? it low-key was given to me that he might have had some people that were like immigrants as maids. I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to do a little bit more investigative reporting on this story later. I'm going to go read some more articles so I can get a better viewpoint of it. But from what I have read previously, it does feel like this was done to a few women, like not just one or two, but like over the course of decades, it's been done to several women. And at some point, those women got together and were able to collect their stories. And yes, they were immigrants. And I feel like if they're illegal immigrants, that means that you can threaten them with deportation if they tell on you. And then that also means they need a job. So if they don't show up to work, you might give them, especially like if y'all watch shows that talk about nannies and maids that work within rich communities, everybody knows who the maids and the nannies are. And if they get let go or something happens with one job, they move on to somebody that's in the same community, right? So that means that people can talk badly about you, and that means you can't work in that area anymore. Right. So I definitely feel like it is more than likely for an old nasty man who was used to being able to touch coochie whenever he wanted to take advantage of illegal immigrants working in his house than it is for illegal immigrants to actually want to get together and say somebody so beloved that Smokey Robinson did something to them. Like, I'm more inclined to believe you did it because of the way your life was set up versus believing that they're lying because of the way their life is set up. Like, they can still get deported. Like, they can have all kind of things happen to them because they came out and said this. So that's why I feel like the risk was great for them to come out and say that he did something. Not for nothing. If I was illegal and he was assaulting me, I would slip something in that food because, child, please. But that's when the wife comes into play, y'all. He had a wife. That his wife Frances is a part of this because it's given. Y'all know how they got them mean ass old women that they don't want to suck his dick no more. So they want you to do it. They're okay with like exploiting you as a woman so the man can get what he wants because the man, whatever the man wants, that's what she wants. So if that's what he wants, she's going to help him do that. Ghislaine Maxwell, if you will, there are women out there that help creepy men do the creepy shit that they want to do because those bitches are creepy too. What we've been talking about, women can be the problem too, y'all. That's why I hate when y'all act like I can't see that. We point it out all the time. His wife was helping him. So yeah, I could definitely believe that Smokey Robinson's ass might have been doing something he wasn't supposed to do, and he has the money to prove otherwise. So I guess we gonna see. All right. So I want to talk about the second to last thing, and that's Zaya Wade. Okay, because I know y'all hate the trans kids, right? But I wanted to use this to let y'all know Zaya is still a male, but she's a girl because she wants to present as a girl. But I believe we're still tucking under the skirt. So y'all have a lot of misinformation, and a lot of y'all think that because Zaya shows up this way, that Zaya has done something to her body that she has not done. So I just want to be clear on that. I wanted to have a conversation because y'all, we talk about trans people because y'all need to wake up a little bit because y'all, it's dangerous for y'all to be thinking the way y'all do sometimes. I need y'all to, let go a little bit. Just let go just a little bit.
That a part of,
like, look at the person in the comment. That's a boy, not a girl. Okay, do you feel better now? She is still going to be able to live out her life being cute. Are you okay? Does it make you feel better now? I think she knows that she has a penis. I think she knows. And I think she still wants to be girly. And I think that's okay.
Us learning about the trans experiences is also me just getting more comfortable with you and talking to you about things. Because, okay, Chicago, African-American man. We talk about a lot of stuff. not to stereotype, but not often do you have a full-blown conversation with a black man. So it's hard. And there's a bit of almost like a cultural barrier sometimes to talk to black people about that kind of stuff, especially queer stuff. Man, they do not be liking us. But no, I think it was hard to break through my stereotype of you even. I think people think it's you trying to understand what being trans is like, but it was me trying to understand what you were like, because I have this image of mainly just men in general, but especially a black man, is like, you know, stuck in their ways, like rigid in those things that they don't want to like move past. And so I think I had to understand that that's just not true and let you in to understand me. And so when you talk about conversations, like it reminds me, like, you know, our road trips, like when we just go on like little drives like around town and end up, you know, just talking about super like deep stuff. It's like those moments for me are the best ways that I think I can communicate myself. I think that.
So we can't see the video. Y'all can see this, right?
A part of us learning.
Yeah, y'all see this. Okay. They might be, you know, in the past. I have never really listened to Zaya talk. She seems so smart and so well adjusted. And I feel like watching Dwayne be supportive and watching Dwayne like feel the love from his child saying, I so appreciate the way you've allowed me to talk to you, for you to talk to me, for us to have these moments where we drive and we talk. That exchange, I feel like is so valuable. Yes, it's actually really beautiful. It's actually really, really beautiful. Oh, there was no video. There was no, yeah. I might say there was no video with Smokey. So here I stop, y'all. I hate, stop making me do it. But no, y'all, like, I love this. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I love this. I love this. I do. Because I feel like the kids should be able to figure it out. And I do feel like we've created all of these, like, oh, boys do this and, oh, shut the fuck up. Because when I become adult, if I got a dick and I want to wear nails, I want to wear nails. If I have a coochie and I want a beard, bitch, I want a beard. Like, get over it. I want y'all to get over it. I want y'all to get over it. I want y'all to get over it. It's not your life. It's not your body. What's most important is that children are heard and seen and validated and supported and protected. And that's what I feel like we're seeing in this situation. And I'm here for that. I'm here for that. This comment, witnessing someone receive unconditional love can trigger those who've never experienced it. Dead ass. Dead ass. I'm tired of y'all. Shout out to Zaya. Is it Zaya or Zaya? I think it's Zaya. Y'all know it'd be hard not to rhyme shit, right? So like the Halle Bailey because of Zaya Wade, like the same type of A. Y'all know what I mean. But I had never really heard her speak. And I loved hearing her speak. And I loved hearing how she expressed her relationship with her father and then seeing the look on his face. Like that was beautiful to me. And I feel like that's what supportive parenting looks like. And I think there are so many people that feel like I'm not supporting my child to do that. And it's like, well, you know, you don't have to. They'll just eventually become an adult and stop talking to you. And if that's what you want, that's fine. I feel like kids should be able to excommunicate from their parents. Okay, I've decided I like fucking nails and wearing skirts and shit, and you're really upset about it. So now you want to demonize me and talk terribly to me. Well, you're excommunicated, bitch. Like y'all, if y'all want to be mad about the kids expressing and growing into adults that express themselves the way they see fit, if you have such a big problem with that, then you should be excommunicated. Be amongst people that think like you until y'all, you know, stop thinking, stop moving, and shrivel up. Like, do that. And then just leave the rest of us that are okay with being outside of it alone. Isaiah? Okay. But that's why I be wanting to do that. Like, because of the last name, child. But please, because y'all be talking so bad about that child. Y'all use that child as an example all the time. And it's very, very weird. And I wish y'all would stop. So let's get to Cardi B and Offset before I get off of here. Offset asked for spousal support from Cardi B. We've already established that's some bitch ass shit. You're also like a rich, famous person. Why are you asking her for money? Well, Offset has tax debt reportedly. Nears $2 million amid Cardi B divorce. This is why you don't let niggas use you. That's why you don't be fighting over dick. This is why you don't feel the need to always be protecting a grown-ass man and let him handle his own affairs. Y'all stop them from being accountable. You stop them from being responsible because you think it's your job as the wife to fix them. You think it's your job to do their work for them. It's not. It's not your job to fix his issues. It's his job to fix his own issues the way you fix yours. In Touch reported that the Georgia Department of Revenue filed a lien for $294,000 over 2021 state taxes, adding to a $1.57 million federal lien from last year. Both remain active. The couple remain married since 2017, is in the middle of a divorce, with Cardi requesting primary custody of their kids. Offset is also battling a $232,000 judgment in a Miami assault case. So you see the way niggas will make money, and then because they have not grown past their immaturity level, they keep racking up bills. So they making all of this money, but you keep doing shit like getting into fights, getting hoes pregnant, that sends you into the court system having to share your wealth in ways that you don't want to. And if you would just be responsible and be mature, then you wouldn't have to go through these things. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all, it's everybody else's fault. It's always everybody else's fault, bitch. I ain't got time for that. It's always everybody else's fault. So we heard her screaming on the phone, everything I said for you, nigga. We heard her. We heard it.
My man's been telling me, yo, stop doing that. You like a fucking clown when you do that shit. Why you putting your business out there?
Right. Like he don't know her or something. That was a red flag to me, because do you know her? She always putting her business out there. And you telling her she looks stupid for it? Offset. So then this happened. This they little boy, right? Ain't this Wave? Ain't the little baby named Wave? I can't keep up. It's Culture, Wave, and Blossom, I think. Well, the little boy got his plaits done like Stefan Diggs, and Offset was on the internet crashing out. Now, when somebody died for playing with my son, then called me to crash out, I don't care how I look trolling with my kid ends bad. This is like an extension of people like superimposing that something's being done to their child so that they can act a fool, when really nothing's being done to your child. We're just using your child to upset you. That's basically what's happening, and you're falling for it. But you crashing out because your son has the same hairstyle as Stefan Diggs. Yeah. Y'all niggas are reckless, and y'all are not in control of yourselves, and you're stupid. You're stupid. So when you crash out and end up having to pay somebody some money, like that'll be on you. That'll be on you. Cardi B slams people slut shaming her.
So crazy. I don't understand how I was a hoe. I was married for 7 years and I was faithful for 7 years. Before that, I was engaged for 3 years. Everybody know that I was engaged to somebody that was in jail. I feel like I've been married for a very long time. You don't see stories of me being a whore and being a slut and being this and that. Just because I was a stripper, I wasn't fucking niggas. Just so many mean things that, like, it's like, oh, I'm popping out with somebody to get other people mad, and like I'm playing a certain type of game. I don't think people realize the motherfuckers popped up with their new significant other before me. I was having a good day on New Year's, and motherfucker pop out with their shorty on New Year's. I didn't rush to find somebody to pop out. Like, oh, where are you popping out with somebody? I'm gonna pop with somebody too. I was single September, October, November, December, January, February. I was partying. I was learning myself. I was crying a lot. There was nights and there was days that I felt like it's like it is so crazy. I don't understand how I was a hoe. I was married for, oh, this guy got caught doing something. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It got to the point that like my label, they just came to a meeting like, it's like, yo, we have to find her a therapist. Like, she's going cuckoo. And I did therapy. I decided to have my baby and everything. And it's just like, when it's the end of something, it's literally the end of something. I don't know what these men wanted me to do. Y'all wanted me to get a disease or like literally put a gun in my head because I was so depressed. Like, this man probably would, like, somebody could stab me and this man probably will still do something with them. It's just no type of loyalty, no nothing. And for people to think that I'm popping up with somebody, like, to be spiteful, like, oh, try to teach somebody a lesson. I was single for a very long time. They popped up with somebody first. These men don't even realize that person posted their significant other first on their page. You just don't peep it because y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all give a fuck when I do it. Y'all don't give a fuck about when they do it. I don't think people understand how tired I was. I was mentally, oh, this guy got caught doing something. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It got to the point that like my label, they just came to a meeting like, it's like, yo, we have to find her a therapist. Like, she's going cuckoo.
Yeah. Okay. See, I like when she does shit like that. When she's like talking from this standpoint of letting people in and being vulnerable. And y'all, I do believe, like somebody said in the comments, that he went and got his hair braided like the little boy so that they can be messy. And I feel like the way Offset has been using social media in order to, like, you know, attack Cardi and all of that, I don't have an issue with her using this man to make him jealous if that's what she's doing. I do believe she's enjoying her time with him. I do feel like there is a portion of this that is, you know, Stefan is honest. I bang many hoes. Do you want to come? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much given that. However, she's still doing the pick me thing of claiming him as her own, of centering this man that she's with now in her conversations and, you know, posting him. Like, I understand wanting to enjoy the relationship, but there is a maturity that you should get at some point that teaches you to stop doing that so often and so soon. Have the relationship, enjoy the man, do your thing, but you don't have to say my man, my man, my man. You don't have to like claim him. Whatever happened, I'm not posting niggas until if there ain't no ring on my finger, you ain't going on my gram. Whatever happened to that? And that's not that I feel like you should be out here looking for this nigga to put a ring on it. That's not what I mean. But what I do mean is you don't know these niggas. You're just enjoying them. You're having a good time. Stop allowing them to take real estate on the brand you've created. That's what I really mean. Like, yes, it's very soon. And I feel like she went through all of those things, but that does not mean that you're completely healed. And we're never completely healed. And I think she should be enjoying herself and dating Stefan and doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. But I also, as a woman, am cringing at the way she is claiming ownership of a man that everybody knows at some point is going to put her feelings last. That. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's the part. Like, I want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you not to feel like, oh, I just got another good ass man, so let me put him out in a like, no, girl, you're the good ass man, girl. You're the man. You're the one that everybody needs to be talking about. You're the one that we need to be focusing on, not Stefan, not y'all's cute little relationship. It is cute. It does look like it's nasty. Okay. And I'm even to the point where I don't mind that she would post him, but it's just the way she talks about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all was posted up in your stories and shit, because I post people all the time on my page that I don't fuck with no more. And I ain't deleting shit. That's where I was at that point. We was cool back then. I ain't deleting shit. We may not be cool no more. We was cool back then. I ain't deleting shit. Okay? But yeah, I feel like, Cardi is still a very strong pick-me. So even though we see her going through these things as women, and a lot of us have learned, she's still early 30s with the fame, which adds a certain level of retardation to the evolving as a person sometimes, because emotionally and mentally you get stuck at the age that you became famous. That happens. So you might go through these cycles and never be able to pick out the things that you should have learned from it. Like, you don't see similarities between Offset and Stefan? Because I do. But yeah, no, I saw the stylist post him getting the braids done. I saw that. But yeah, y'all, I want the girls to be safe out here. I want the girls to have a good time and live their lives. I definitely feel like the slut shaming shit is stupid. Like, anybody, I'm not even engaging in certain conversations because it's so stupid. Like, slut shaming women after the nigga done cheated on her the whole time. Yeah, okay, I'm a slut. Like, whatever. Like, I'm still not gonna fuck you. Still not gonna fuck you. I saw a video today earlier, y'all, the way y'all always talking about Megan for everybody. And as soon as somebody tried to touch Megan the way she didn't want to be touched, she moved them hands right up. Moved them hands right up top, nigga. Stop playing with me. What y'all need to understand is, because a woman has decided that she wants to do something with her body, it does not mean that everybody has access to her. Like, real shit. Yeah, I see my bars low. Yeah, the Vanessa Bryant situation is hella weird. I saved that story, but I wasn't ready to really talk about it yet. But we can go to it before I get out of here, because I saved it. Vanessa Bryant seemingly addresses swirling pregnancy rumors after the internet tries to play detective. The whole thing here is that if this woman was pregnant, it is none of your fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. Kobe Bryant is deceased. And when he was alive, he was a cheater. So whatever she does, she has every right to do. And any conversation outside of that is happening by delusional, dick righty ass men that I feel like want to fuck Kobe, therefore feel some type of ownership over his widow's coochie. Y'all are weird. This conversation is weird. The conversation is stupid. The man is dead. The girl, the woman can do whatever she wants to do. Not only did she lose her husband, she lost her child. Whatever that woman wants to do, that's her business. And then y'all be sitting up there mad about, oh, she using all Kobe's money on other men, using Kobe's money with other men. That's the shit that some of them ignorant ass niggas was saying, right? And to that I say, don't you dare get upset about him leaving his wealth with that Caucasian woman. Don't you dare. Because y'all be the same niggas online screaming about how much better white women are. Let that lady spend her wealth as she sees fit. She stuck with him through a rape case. She was shooting in the gym. Y'all can say a bitch wasn't shooting in the gym. She was shooting in the gym. I stuck with him after a rape case. Shooting in the gym. Lost my fucking child allegedly because this man wanted to get up on his plane in this weather when he wasn't supposed to. Yeah. Y'all gonna let that lady do whatever the fuck she want to do, and y'all gonna mind y'all broke ass, incel, dick riding ass business. Anytime I see somebody talking about this woman with that specific story, oh, so you want to fuck Kobe? He's unalive, man. You can't fuck him now. Get over it. Are you jealous of her because she got to fuck him? Is that what it is? Girl, she white. Whatever. I don't hear that shit. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. That's all I got for y'all. I'm done. I'm spent. Dominique, thank you, boo. Bondi, you're totally my sister from another mister. I love your insight and the way you keep it real. Your words have seriously opened my mind. Thanks for being a bright spot in this wild world. Thank you. Thank you for receiving and giving back. Thank you. Victory Taylor, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate y'all for coming through today. That's all I got for y'all. I think it was a good show. I think I did good. I don't know what it looked like at the end with the bars going down, girl, but it looked good to me. So I'm hoping for the best. Anyway, y'all, catch that replay. Fuck with me. Check out yesterday's live. Follow Bondi Blue Bites. Subscribe. Do the thing. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.